Welcome to the new River City Gamers Podcast, hosted by SCXCR and Well Unreal 007, as well as many other members from the River City Gamers website. Stay tuned for all the gaming news, new pickups, and everything else we feel like talking about on the River City Gamers Podcast.
Hi, welcome to the River City Gamers Podcast. I'm SCXCR.
I am Unreal.
Oh, so a Todd Master!
And I'm the new guy, CanadianJutsu.
Yeah, who the fuck are you?
I'm this guy that is going to be joining the River City Gamers website in probably the next month or so with beautiful stuff like story analysis and stuff. You know, that stuff.
How did you get in here?
I believe I was invited, but obviously I can sneak in with my awesome ninja skills.
Yes, you were invited to jump the fence and break in through the back door.
Mm-hmm.
I just woke up, so I have no idea.
You
what's
leave the
going
fence
on.
too low, I'll jump over it. It's just asking to get raped, that's all I'm saying.
Ew.
Well, that's the podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
I'll see you next week for E3.
Okay, seriously though, CJ, CanadianJutsu, is someone who recently joined our site. We made it official at Anime North.
Mm-hmm.
Which, for those of you who don't know, we had a panel at Anime North, and Anime North is basically going to be the focus of this podcast. Yes, there is other stuff that went on, like Microsoft launched a console and it sucked, and another person from Square Enix resigned, their US president.
Oh,
It's
God.
like, fuck this, I'm out.
And, some game got announced.
Oh, someone actually announced Mirror's Edge 2, finally. Holy crap. But it's going to be for the Xbox One, which is going to make me throw my
I'm gonna
controller.
throw everything out.
Yeah.
Then
I really hope it's
PS4,
multi-platform.
it goes on PS4. Okay, maybe.
It's going to make you disarm someone and then judo throw them away
I hope
and
it
then
gets
throw
on
the
the
gun
Wii
away
U.
and then slide down a building.
Yeah.
I hope it gets on the Wii U, because I'm probably not buying a PS4.
Mirror's Edge 2 is a EA product. Don't expect it on the Wii U because they're
You know,
fat.
after they said, oh yeah, Wii U's so great, and then they said it isn't. And now it's all great. Now it isn't.
Well,
No,
now
it-
it is great because it's the only technical next-gen console that is out now that you can still play old video games on.
And it had an 875% profit in the UK when the Xbox One got announced.
Yeah.
Oh, Sony's
friggin'
stock
stock
also went up when
skyrocketed.
the Xbox One got announced.
Well, see, the whole thing is like they're promising that don't worry, it's gonna come E3 and everything is gonna make sense. I'm like, well, why the fuck did you launch or give a launch party?
Oh, also,
if you're not
we
even
want you to
showing
bend over in front of us so that we can fuck you
All the
in
dog-
every possible way.
Actually,
Well,
after
see.
the announcement of the Xbox One, Phil Spencer, you know, that guy, he basically
the one
responded
that-
to criticism by saying core gamers will buy everything, so they're going to buy this too.
Oh, well, they have another thing coming because the internet is changing a lot of things. Because, I mean, with all, like, you really have to understand, like, now you can, all this extra controversy does matter. Like, Mass Effect and BioWare and EA suffered a huge shit because of it.
All I'm
Yep.
saying right now is this combined with the disaster that was Windows 8. I hope Microsoft has a please call Bill Gates back button because they're gonna need it.
Now,
But aren't
correct
they
me
like
if I'm-
two completely different divisions now? Like Microsoft Studios is really broken away from Microsoft's daily.
They're still all one entity, and they're gonna be
Okay.
fucked if they don't do something.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because, you know, I'm getting kind of up there in age, but the internet is that thing that you're supposed to connect your game consoles to once every 24 hours, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So your social media network can update because you want to know what people are doing on Facebook when you want to play Mirror's Edge 2.
And I
I'm
need to
pooping
connect
while
to the
they're
And
internet.
then while you're
watching me.
midway through playing the game, the on-game advertisements in the buildings are going to change depending upon what you like as a gamer.
Well, shit, I guess we are talking about gaming news, aren't we?
We sort of ended up talking about it because now we're sort of knee deep in it. Because a lot of us are still outraged at what the Xbox One is.
It's retarded, and Microsoft, you're digging your own grave. Anyways.
Anime North.
Yes, that is a thing that happened.
That we all went to.
Last week.
Indeed we did. And my memory sucks, so I'm trying to pull up my blog that I wrote about it, full of like notes of things that I can barely remember.
But I can't remember half of each day.
Thursday, I arrive. SCR and Samurai Cage 2 are lying assholes.
Yeah, about that. Basically, what happened was I wound up leaving my house around 6 in the morning. I picked up Samurai at like 7:30. And then we proceeded to lie our ass off to Zero about what was going on. It started with Zero texting me and saying, "Hey, did Samurai ever give you her address?" And I said, as Samurai was in the car, "No." "Did he give you his phone number?" "No." So then he texts Samurai, who gives him the phone number and address, and then relays it to me, and then I text him saying my GPS can't find Samurai's house. Which was technically true. It couldn't find his house, so I had to call him and get directions. So anyway, we keep driving. I eventually text him that we have an quote-unquote optimistic arrival time of 7 p.m. And keep in mind I'm saying this as we're going to cross the border into Canada. We crossed the border just fine, on our way to Blondie's house, and then I have Samurai text Zero saying that we got stopped at Border Patrol and they're searching our car. We pick up Blondie at like 11:30, right? And then we're on our way to the hotel. We're like an hour and a half out. And then I have Samurai text Zero again that we finally left the border station. So we actually got there like a little before 2:30, which was before even Ace got there to check us in. And then as soon as Zero comes into the room, one of the first things he does is wring me by the neck.
Which I unfortunately don't have that footage because somebody friggin' hit record again on my camera when it was already recording. I forget who it was who I handed the camera to.
Did you hand it to me? I feel bad.
I don't know. There's a lot of footage missing. Like, I don't have the reaction to Unreal receiving his gift from me either. My camera was being an asshole that entire con, so. But anyways, for God's sakes, please don't do that Kineticon time, because I don't want you to show up at my... Say you're going to show up at my house at like 12 and then be here at 8 o'clock.
Oh, no,
that would make sense.
I only did that because you weren't involved with my trip to Anime North. Like,
okay, good, because
directly.
I already told Paige and everybody else that I was going to have lunch ready when you guys got to my house.
We're going to eat for 5 hours.
You're going to have lunch ready?
Yeah, I'm going to cook pizzas.
Oh, God, thank God Angel's
pizzas,
not crossing that
put them
border.
in the oven and then wait for them to finish.
Anyways, that's Kineticon. Getting back to Thursday Anime North, there was the unbearably long-ass line at the TCC, and then the line that was really short but took twice the time at the Doubletree.
Hotel Wi-Fi.
Because they didn't have the good sense to get network cables. Instead, they were using Wi-Fi to do all the registrations, which, if you're doing a giant event, is a very bad idea. There's a reason why people don't use Wi-Fi for those things, because it's unreliable. It got to the point where they put their router on top of the door to get a better connection.
But that was at the Doubletree, which has a shitty internet connection already.
Exactly.
On top of all the anime and gaming fans that are there are using the internet, probably downloading anime at like 3 kilobits per second.
Yeah.
Okay, Anime North staff, here's a freebie. Get network cables.
Yeah, if I wasn't so tired from like the trip prior and worrying about when I would have to go and pick up Unreal at the train station, then I probably would have laughed when they put the Wi-Fi above the door.
You were dead though. I looked at you and you were like, I was surprised you were awake.
Well, me and Cassie got lucky that our friend Abby was like halfway through the line. She was like right at the door when we got there. So we only had to wait in line for like 10 minutes rather than having to do the pre-registration line. Like, I probably could have gotten my panelist badge with you guys, but I was like, I kind of want to go see my friend Abby, and I hung out with Cassie for a little while too. So
I felt so bad that night because you like scarfed down a sugar cookie when you got back from picking up Unreal, and because you hadn't eaten. If you had told me, I would have said, here, let me drive you both down to get food.
Speaking of my trip, oh God. I think this marks the first Anime North year where I somehow did not fall asleep on my entire train ride to Canada. Because every other year I went to Anime North, I kind of did. But I somehow stayed awake for this one, which is weird because prior to waking up and being driven down to the train station up in Albany, New York, I only got like maybe 3 or 4 hours of actual sleep, which is not normal.
How long is your train ride?
I think it was maybe 9 hours, 10 hours.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It was
I'm
around
faster than
there.
the train.
Wait, what?
Yeah, my trip only took like 8 hours.
Oh, okay. I think you said my drive was as long as the train, but no. I think the reason why I managed to stay awake the entire time was at least a couple of days prior, I downloaded a bunch of episodes of Game Center CX because episodes of that show are about an hour long each. So I managed to go through with about 9 episodes total, and then I was in Canada.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, when I go to Youmacon, I'm gonna have to get a bunch of episodes of something on my train ride into friggin' Windsor and then finally into Detroit. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah, on my 5-hour trip down on the bus, really just playing a couple of Monster Hunter matches and Luigi's Mansion, and everything came through. On the way down, though, I hadn't gotten a lot of sleep because I had come off of my two day shifts, one at a fabric place and one at the video game store that I work at. And I stayed up until 4 a.m. trying to edit something for my Abridged Panel. So I slept the first way down. But then on the way back, I finished reading that manga that you got me, Zero. And I also played a copious amounts of Luigi's Mansion, which I finished, finally. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, which sucks because he doesn't hump them anymore. I was kind of really sad about that. But the
multiplayer, you could just spam voices though, so that's good enough. hey.
So Thursday was a lot of standing in line at arrivals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not done with my trip though. It gets worse.
Much worse.
Oh my god. So the train ride was the best part. As soon as I got off, I pretty much had to wait until SCR and Wiz arrived. Which, it seems to be standard procedure now.
That was a pain in the ass in itself, because unless you paid for parking, there was no really decent place to stop. So Wiz and I just kind of happened upon this dead end where you had to U-turn out, and I let him out there to go get Unreal at the station.
Yeah, keep in mind, I was unaware of what the surface world was like at this point. So, when Wiz got me, I was actually expecting it, because, in general, I wasn't expecting SCR to park, because I thought you would have to, pay for it, so I thought it was a smart idea. Then we went outside. There was construction every 5 steps. We had to walk a long way to get to you.
Part of that was that I didn't know where the station was, so as soon as I found, a sort of decent and maybe not illegal place to stop, I stopped. And I wound up parking behind the Rogers Center, which for those of you who don't know where that is, it's where the Blue Jays play.
That's not that far from Union.
It's still a couple blocks away.
Wasn't helped that it was raining, which kind of sucked, especially since I had some pretty hefty luggage with me.
That was the only time it rained over the
Yeah, I brought too much.
Yeah, that was the good thing, but it still sucked regardless.
Yeah, I brought way too much shit with me this year, but it was because we needed it for stuff, so...
Yeah. That and, yeah, same thing, reason for you, because I needed it for stuff. Does not compare to the shit I brought home, but that's another time. I think that was it. I mean, things still got bad once we got into SCR's car. I think you could explain this one.
This happens every year, doesn't it?
Yeah, my GPS hates downtown Toronto.
I think every GPS ever hates downtown Toronto. Because the first year,
Ace
Samurai's
was-
wouldn't even... First year, Samurai's wouldn't even work because his GPS is only working when he has cell phone service. And, well, he had cell phone service, but he couldn't check his messages or anything, whatever. The second year...
He just didn't have maps for Canada. His GPS system was the United States exclusive. So when he got up here, it was just white.
It's the Great White North.
And Ace's GPS didn't work when he picked him up the second year. So I thought this year, third time's the charm. SCR pretty much knows what he's doing, but it still took a couple hours, didn't it?
My GPS led us in circles a couple of times.
Seriously?
Yes.
So it was pulling an Ace.
Yeah, well,
and then there were streets.
I was in that car. Yes, his GPS kept making us walk around the Playdium.
We'll get to that later, though.
Oh God! Don't even bring that up.
We're not even there. Anyway.
Well, no, we're not there yet. But
there were a bunch of streets that my GPS either didn't have or didn't recognize, and it was telling me to go down streets that either weren't there or weren't recognized.
Maybe I shouldn't go next year, so you don't have to deal with
I think next year, if we go, you're meeting Wiz to take transit.
No, I won't go, so you won't have to deal with me anymore.
No,
you're
take
coming.
transit, because we took transit and it took no time for us to get to the hotel.
Okay.
Except for the fact that Wiz missed a stop and we had to detour.
Oops. Okay, well, let's put it this way. My folks want me to fly, so that'll be way better.
That was 10 times better because you can get a shuttle literally to our hotel from there.
Yeah, I'll have to discuss it with them again. It's like, you wanted me to fly, you pay for it, because the only reason I took train was for cost reasons. And they're saying they'll pay for the plane ride. I'm like, okay, I'll just do this every year.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah, I usually fly, but this year, because of cost concerns, I took the bus.
You don't live that far away, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So that was Thursday. Oh, wait, I should mention what Zero gave me. Were these all just like dollar store things?
I got them all at the same dollar store.
Okay, well, he got me some WWE trivia game from like 2006. We tried playing it at the hotel and it was bullshit. And then he got me a few sports-related games, although they're all sports games where you're pretty much in a managerial role. Football Mogul 2008, Baseball Mogul 2010, and Pro Cycling Manager Season 2007, which I'm actually still playing right now.
It's the Tour de France edition too, I think.
Yes, I'm playing as an 8-year-old South African kid named Buster Dude and managing a Team Discovery channel.
Sounds legit.
They're not here, but I got Blondie the Aliens game for DS, and I got Wiz Shinobi for 3DS. And what I got you something too, Susan.
Well, you got me that little Gundam model kit thing.
Yeah.
It's called from BB Senshi Gundam Dama. It's really hard. I can hardly remember the name. But
the BBC Gundam?
Yeah, but it's pretty much like this like TV show / little like manga panel thing that has a bunch of like chibi Gundams in it. It's kind of cute. I haven't actually started building it yet because I just finished the Freedom and I'm starting the Blitz pretty soon and I'm recording for that. So I should probably, for a test thing, I should actually make yours first, Zero. But nevertheless, it should be fun.
So Unreal, what did I get you?
Well, first thing you got me was this Canadian hat.
I got SCR one of those too.
Yeah, that's actually too small for my head.
It's too small for me. Like, I actually tried to put it on, I'm like, oh god, it doesn't fit. Well, I guess I'll keep it, but...
You can wear it July 1st for Canada Day.
But, it'll probably be your new birthday crown when we go to Burger King again.
If it doesn't fit your head, it's not gonna fit mine, dude.
Whatever. I'll just freaking cut it open, I don't know. In terms of games... So, can you please explain to me, Zero, why you got me the Naked Brothers band for PS2?
Because it was at the same dollar store I got all of Scott's games.
That's not a good enough answer.
And because you love Rock Band so much, I figured you'd get enjoyment out of it.
You know what you could have done? If you were gonna do something in terms of Rock Band shit, you could have at least bought me Naked Brothers Band DLC, which does exist for Rock Band.
My other choices were to get you Band Hero, or let's see, what's Rockstar for the Wii.
I honestly wouldn't have minded Band Hero.
Oh, sorry. I mean Battle of
sell
the
it.
Bands for the Wii.
God, whatever. I can't believe I played more than like 30 minutes of the Naked Brothers Band game.
Yeah, you streamed it.
Yeah.
Didn't you almost beat the game?
No. That would require more
oh
thorough
my god,
play.
cutscenes.
Don't even get me started. I don't want to dwell too long on this. Then Blondie got me something. Since he's not here, I'll bring this up now. Probably a better game than the Naked Brothers Band. I got Cory in the House on DS. At least that gift makes more sense than the Naked Brothers Band.
And apparently it's a good game.
No, it's not.
Cory in the House?
Nope.
Oh.
It's terrible, but it's way better than the Naked Brothers Band game. God, you really have to ruin my collection, don't you?
Well, you need more PS2 games.
I bought PS2 games! We'll get to that later. I don't think I was given any... Oh, I gave you stuff, Zero. I gave you both of the Lightspeed Rescue Morphers. So
Right.
I give you something good and you give me
Yeah, but you
shitty
actually
games
made
in
me pay
return.
for it.
Wait, you gave him both of them?
I gave him my second Lightspeed Rescue Morpher, and I gave him my second Titanium Morpher. So
okay. I thought you were
I
like,
had, like,
wait. How come I didn't get one of those?
I had
You
to
gave
pay for
zero.
yeah, he paid for them though.
I know.
You got to wear it, and that ended up breaking your wrist. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my left hand. I just like you put too much power in my left hand, in my left wrist. It broke under the strain.
I think that was it for things I've got. Except, I believe SCR gave me this one gift Thursday, or one of the other days. I'll just say it was Thursday. So I got a Monster Hunter like armor case type of thing for my iPod. The bad news is my iPod Nano is a different generation than the one they made this one for. It still fits, but it's not exact because mine has a bigger screen and the circle like menu thing is freaking lowered down. I mean, I'm still using it, but oh well. It was still nice of you though. I still like it.
Yeah, and SCR gave me the Bata core for O's because I asked him to get that for me a little while ago. Which now I have all the main O's core medals, and I can finally review the O's driver. But he also gave me and Blondie these Monster Hunter 4 memo pads, I guess there are. I don't know. I haven't opened them yet.
Yeah, they're basically like little notebooks, and they also have some stickers with them.
Well, that will be useful when I get to the retrospective of it.
Here's Monster Hunter 4. It's a book. We don't have the game yet. End the video.
Now we'll have to wait until next year for even any announcement.
Mm-hmm.
That is,
Yeah.
of course, if Ultimate does well.
By the way,
I'm pretty sure
anybody who
Ultimate
owns a
is doing
3DS or Wii U, buy Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. We want 4.
We want 4. We want to have 360 no greatsword scope. Because apparently you can do that now. Is that it for Thursday then?
Yeah.
Oh, I also gave Samurai one of those hats too.
Did it
Probably
fit
too
him?
small for his head too.
Yeah. Did you just buy it not checking the sizes? Or did
They
you...
were dollar store. They were at the same dollar store. I
So,
spent $10 at the dollar store that day.
$10 too much.
Should we just move on to Friday?
All right, moving on. So Friday, after experiencing probably the worst night of sleeping in our lives. Well, no,
Thank
actually
God
there
for
is one.
earplugs.
There is one thing that we did watch that night. We
Thursday?
watched we started watching Miami Connections.
So it was Thursday. Oh,
Yeah, it was technically Thursday, but we got shut down at about, I think it was like 11 o'clock at night because someone called and complained.
Yeah, we were too loud.
Yeah, so, and then we didn't pick up the movie again until like Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday sounds right.
But let me just say, best movie ever.
Aren't you happy I had SCR buy it for us?
I'm getting a copy now. As soon as I pay off my credit card, I'm buying a copy.
I had to get a blood test when I got home from the con, and there was still too much 80s in my blood.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my god.
I honestly think the background music for this entire podcast should be the entire Miami Connection soundtrack.
If you think you know the 80s, watch Miami Connection and everything you know is wrong.
Well, no, it is. It is the epitome of what the 80s were.
Come here with Dragon Stone and play goddamn music for kids. Who are you? Bullshit.
I mean, it had everything. It had Taekwondo. I was about to say karate. Taekwondo.
Let's start
It had
from the
motorcycles.
beginning.
It had tits. It had cheesy
ninjas.
synthesized music.
Let's start from the beginning. They were all orphans, all a different nationality. They all went to college. They played in a nightclub as part of a 80s metal band. And they also all learned Taekwondo, and they had gangs and ninjas after them.
Not only that, the ninjas rode the motorcycles.
Yeah.
With silencers.
With silencers, and they drove slowly.
Oh, God. They can't be too loud, can they?
Obviously. Still have to keep some still.
Let's move on to the Friday. I think we can wrap up Miami Connection when we get to the day
So
we
Friday for the 5th time.
Yep. Seriously this time.
We waited in line.
Correction, you waited in line.
Yeah, you did. Most of us actually didn't bother waiting in line for the
Yeah,
dealers.
Unreal and I and a bunch of others saw this really long line spiraling several times out of the convention center, and we thought it was just the registration line, but then we asked and it was actually the line for the dealer's room.
And then we're like, okay, nope, let's just do
Fuck
something
that,
else.
we went back.
Well, before that, I had to pick up my pre-reg.
Well, me and Zero and Cassie, and was Mike with us too? I think
Yeah.
Mike was with us. We ended up waiting in line. We were about halfway through the line, and we started singing like old TV shows, like things like Card Captors, Digimon, Pokemon. We got a couple of people to sing with us, but not everybody was amused. That was probably the funnest part.
You're singing, you're making this
Next
stupid.
year we do an infinite loop of Friends.
Yes.
You mean like that infinite Vulcan Skull loop when you guys are walking around to the Vulcan Skull?
Oh, yeah.
Or we start singing the song that never ends from Lamb Chops Play Along.
Also, just before we were waiting in line, we had to have our ceremonial breakfast at Subway.
That's
Yep.
very true.
Yep, and there's no better breakfast than a foot-long meatball marinara.
I had a foot-long Unreal sub where I just put whatever the fuck I wanted on it.
I had the breakfast sub with bacon.
I had the breakfast sub with steak, actually. And
I'm
No,
sorry,
I
I
did
had
actually. I had it
bowl,
with steak
though.
and bacon.
Yeah, that's true. I should have gone that route.
You know what was the most depressing thing about Subway?
What?
CJ sat alone.
Yeah, because we were an odd man out, so there was 9 of us instead of just 8. So I had to sit in my own little booth by
It
myself.
should have been me.
Why?
You should have gone over to sit with
them.
them.
Because my trip was the most painful for people picking me up.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
that
I've
should've
gone
been,
through
like,
some hard
punishment.
shit these past things, so I was okay by being alone there for a while.
I could have tossed you
It's
like
not
here,
like you were
have some
that
food.
alone. You were still with us.
Oh yeah, I can still talk to you guys.
Yeah,
I'm like,
didn't
we're not-
Mike
we're not
go
making
over
this
there,
sound
though?
terrible.
Didn't Mike go over there though at one point?
Yeah, Mike went over, and I think Samurai did too.
It was one of those two. I remember one of those two going over to where you were, definitely.
No Birdemic this year.
Oh, you mean that coat hanger I found on the ground that one year? No.
Actually, I found a lot of money this year on the ground. Like,
See?
I found a $5 bill. I found a couple of dollars and a toonie and stuff.
You
It
were
pays to walk
stealing!
around and look down at the ground.
Oh my god. Oh, what if people saw you? It's like, what are you doing?
I'm looking for money. I think I got at least about $15 worth of money off of the floor in the dealer's room alone. Like outside, there was more.
Oh my
I
god.
am not trying to scrounge around for money, but seriously, if you're just gonna drop it, I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay, just for reference, I'm gonna splice in the Here Comes the Money theme from WWE over this.
And then make me do that shake thing that you.
Just show CJ's intro.
That's later, okay?
Dollar. Well, since I was like I believe I was the last guy to arrive at Anime North. So, I had to pick up my pre-reg on Friday, which, thankfully, since I signed up for the panel that we did, I was able to do this at the DoubleTree with a marginally less line, which was great. Other than that, it was probably like the shortest pre-reg like this year, which was great.
Yeah, and it went really fast for anybody that was pre-reg this year. They actually got their act together, because Anime North is a mixed bag of everything.
Yeah, I was just happy mine was like a much shorter line because of the panelists. Like, I had a feeling it was going to be like you get your panel thing, but then you got to go to the other line and get your actual badge. But nope, 2 for 1, and that was just great.
So
It makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
So while Zero and the others were waiting in line, didn't we end up going to the Sheraton?
Yeah, I think we walked all the way back to the Sheraton. Why did we go to the Sheraton again? I don't remember. I think it was just
the Duck Hunt thing, I think.
Yeah,
The Sheraton in past years has always had like game booths set up in it, like not just like to play games, but actually like to buy like used games. But this year and last year, they didn't really have anything.
Yeah, my first Anime North year, they did have a spot for games. That's where I bought Link to the Past.
That's where I bought Grandia.
I wonder why they're not doing it. Maybe because there's like 20 game vendors in the dealer's room itself now?
Yeah. It was interesting because one of our local here in my city, they go to Anime North, and me and Abby ordered something recently because they're like, oh well, we don't have it here, but we can order it back home. And then we're like, oh, like where are you? It's like, oh, we're down on Merivale back in Ottawa, and I'm just like, oh, that's where I work. So
free games.
So free games and free comic book shit is gonna be sweet. Seriously, like when you get in financial difficulties, it's everything that's free, just it piles up and makes you so happy.
Speaking of the game rooms, we didn't really do anything in there. I think the game we really just played, especially on Friday, was Duck Hunt.
I should mention that I didn't go to the Sheraton at all that weekend.
Really?
Not at all.
Oh no, I was with Samurai and Cassie. We played a little bit of ITG in the Groove, and we played. What else did we play? We played like a Step Mania thing that someone had set up pack up, and I played a little bit of BlazBlue and Marvel.
Wait, you said Mike was with you?
No, Samurai was with me at that point. Samurai and
never
Cassie.
mind. Okay, because if Mike was with you, he probably would have dragged you into Rock Band.
Not only that, he would have dragged me into League of Legends too.
Oh God, League of Casuals, get out!
Well, anyway, I think it was me and Unreal and Wiz, and was Blondie with us too?
Yes.
I can't speak for them, but I know that Wiz and I pretty much just did the Duck Hunt. Because it was one of those things where they were taking the high scores of like 1 duck and 2 duck, and then like putting you in the running for a prize. So we figured, why the fuck not?
You actually went after me. Like it was like I went up first for 2 duck. I was not happy with my performance. I mean, God, especially with how you did. I feel like I should just shoot myself with the NES zapper and end it.
Well, I was on 1 duck though. Wiz did 2 duck, and he said what at the time was a high score for the 2 duck. So he was in the running for a retro gen that they were offering for first prize?
Yes.
And for 1 duck, they just had like this Duck Hunt t-shirt thing that they were giving away. So I go on 1 duck, and I'm not expecting to last very long. Keep in mind also that at the time I was dressed as like my Creator Wrestler WWE 13 character, so I had my contacts in. And I'm getting to the point as I'm playing this where my eyes start to hurt because I'm leaving them open for too long to see what's going on the screen, and my contacts are drying a little bit. But somehow I play through that and get like 600-something thousand points, which at the time was also a high score. So for at least one day, RiverCityGamers had the high score on both of the Duck Hunt things.
RCG represent!
And no one plays clay shooting in Duck Hunt.
Someone did play clay shooting, actually.
Yeah, I think that was an accident, though.
Yep.
I remember seeing that. It's like, clay shooting, wow. That'd be funny if there was things like, oh, you get a pat on the back if you do clay shooting. That's all we did there for that day. I want to take note of how not to use the Kinect properly in terms of dance games. Okay, they have this area, like, in the main hall where you can play it, so there's a lot of space to, like, do dance stuff. Thing is, they picked the wrong fucking game. I mean, when you have a game like Dance Central 3, which actually does the concept really well, you pick Just Dance 4. Yeah.
Isn't that the Wii dancing game?
Yes, that actually has a Kinect version and a PlayStation Move version and a... Fuck Just Dance. Seriously.
Could have been Dance
Well,
Masters.
Just Dance 2 was probably the best. And
I would have
remember...
taken Dance Masters over Just Dance. At least I would have laughed.
Actually, no, I'm thinking of Dance Central. Dance Central would have been the best.
That's what I wanted to have, but no! Just Dance 4! And
It'll be okay.
I would have taken Michael Jackson the Experience, okay?
At least then the music would be good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling the only reason they picked Just Dance 4 is because of Gangnam Style, but let's list this right now. Dance Central 3 has Gangnam Style DLC, so there is no fucking excuse at all. Oh god,
Let's
I can't believe I went
move
on
on
a
to happier
tangent.
times, like Montana's.
Was that
Ah,
immediately
yes.
after? I'm just trying to remember how many hours we wasted. Cause
Oh no, first there was the photo shoot.
Yeah, we had the photo shoot for all the Power Rangers / Gokaiger.
oh, that
Slash
was
Tokusatsu
Friday.
stuff.
That
Yeah.
was Friday. Okay.
Alright.
And I dressed up as Tsukasa, aka the lesbian from Kamen Rider Decade.
Gay.
Fat lesbian. Fat successful
And I
lesbian.
chose that character because I thought, you know, there's gonna be no Decades, and there was 2 others. And I was like, really? I picked the... I was like, damn it, I should have brought my double costume.
Oh man.
Because I also cosplayed as Shotaro from Double the next day. But there were 2 other Decades there, and I was like, wow, I picked the wrong day to cosplay. But I was the only one who had a K-Touch, so I felt special. And
There was.
I had that dude yelling at me to do the thing properly. There
Les?
was like this. I don't even remember what his name was, but that guy was like super Power Ranger man.
What? Wait.
he was cosplaying as Wes.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
being-
So it was the West guy. Yeah.
You have to keep it up here. So fucking dumb.
But that actually was useful for later on.
Yeah.
I know.
You
I
needed
guess
the
he really
training,
kind of helped.
CJ.
Yeah.
You actually needed it because that was actually important. He was kind of happy with this, like the more I did, like just listing stuff.
Yeah, he was really he's like, yeah, you know how to do it. Like,
Well-
the getting gear thing.
The get in gear thing, because I had a couple morphers in my bag that I brought with me. At least you got a picture with him.
Yeah,
That
no,
was-
that's true.
And Wiz actually got a shot of the 4 Reds doing transformations. So there was a guy who was dressed up as Captain Marvelous. There was a Shinken Red. There was that guy who was Wes, and then there was CJ.
Yeah, but didn't we
Dude!
have the Red Samurai Ranger with us as well?
That Shinken Red, yeah. Super
Oh, Shinken Red,
It's
sorry,
Super Samurai Red, Super Shinken Red, same thing. But he had the Shoto phone, so I was like, he's the Shinken Red probably.
Gotcha.
Or the female.
I
Red
wish I
Ranger
brought my
suit,
Mega
right?
Blade that day to give it to him and have him get a picture and go, what the fuck?
What is this? I don't even know what it is. But you missed one. You missed the Green Ranger. Everyone got pumped with the Green Ranger.
Yeah. Wiz actually went to get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he. Oh my god.
And then what was it? And then Kamen Rider Foe showed up, and everybody wanted pictures with him.
I still think my favorite part is when the Green Ranger was obtained. He walked past the Red Ranger, not noticing him, but then the Ranger just like points at him like you.
And they actually pointed at each other and then they fist bumped. It was like the coolest thing on the planet.
Everything exploded at that moment. I think.
Things just got hit up to 11 when Foe showed up, though.
Was there anything else about that photo shoot? I mean, I have one thing, but I want to see if there was
I don't know, for the fact that Zero and Wiz wouldn't freaking leave, where we're all starving, and we're like, all right, we're going to Montana.
I finally
You
said we
start
leave, and then we were
with
yelling
us,
at Wiz
and
to
then
come
you
on.
Run back as fast as I've ever seen Zero.
Well,
And then we're just like,
because
across the bridge, and we're like, fuck this, we're not waiting any longer.
well, Zero had to go back and get a card.
Yeah, because I thought I dropped my card, but it was in my pocket because I was an idiot.
Okay.
Oh, good. But Wiz, well, though, was like talking to loud. But before we left, oh god, this is good. Now, a couple of months in advance, I paid for a Legacy Morpher, that Wiz got for me, because I really couldn't get one down here without driving 20 minutes to another town to Toys R Us, and if they didn't have it, I'd be wasting gas, and calling wouldn't be reliable, because I don't think they would be able to, like, hold them, you know? So I kind of gave up looking down here. But he managed to get one for me, so I paid for it. I didn't know that he brought it with him, even though I asked. So around the photo shoot, he pulled it out of his bag, and I just held it up. And then a bunch of the other guys were like, I don't know which Sentai group this was, but this one guy was bowing towards me since I had the Morpher.
Oh, was it one of the guys in black leather?
Yes.
Yeah, there were actually, I forgot to mention this, there were guys dressed up from the double movie A to Z. So they had people dressed up in the civilian forms of Kamen Rider Eternal, Kamen Rider Trigger, and I think Kamen Rider Luna, I think. So that was cool. They had really good costumes.
But yeah, that one guy bowed, and then it was like, get him! I'm like, oh no! I had a feeling I was gonna get jumped, and they sort of jokingly jumped me with that. That was amusing though, but
Wiz told me he wanted to wait until that exact moment to give it to you, and I'm like, really?
I'll be honest, I kind of fell for it. It was at least good though, so so that is another thing I ended up finally getting.
Well, I ended up getting a Legacy Morpher too, because Wiz apparently gave one to his friend, but they didn't know if I don't really understand the whole logistics of it, but
there was
Zero
another
ended
guy
up getting
there.
me.
He said he told at the photo shoot that he had one, and somebody said they'd take it, but he went to go meet them to sell it to them, and they didn't show up. So Wiz pretty much said to me, he's like, here, well, he sold it to me, and then I gave it to you.
Which was really, really nice of you, bro.
Hey man,
Now
trying to
I
get
actually
confidence.
have this amazing thing.
Tyrannosaurus.
Well, I'm not using Tyrannosaurus.
You
Obviously,
use
it's
pterodactyl?
either Mastodon or Triceratops.
Triceratops, because SCR is Mastodon.
Okay.
Okay, whatever.
Triceratops, that doesn't bother me.
Triceratops.
Anyways, we finally get to Montana's, and
After 20 hours at the photo shoot.
Grande Nachos.
Yeah, that was my pick.
Cool.
But that was mostly based off of what the awesome waiter said. He mentioned that the nachos appetizer, keep in mind, was pretty big, so we just said we'll just get one and we'll all have that as the appetizer. Next thing you know, boom, big nachos. we
destroyed that thing of nachos.
We scarfed that shit down. I avoided the jalapenos because
I love how somebody said, "Oh, I got a jalapeno." I'm like, "Oh, tell me where they are. I want more."
that was great. Now about that waiter.
He was pretty sweet.
He was awesome.
He was
Yeah.
awesome and a little bit racist.
But I don't think that was on purpose.
I know, but it's still funny.
I think he was just making stereotypical jokes.
I know, but it's just sort of like it's like I kind of thought Wiz was like talking about how he thought that the mac and cheese was a burger. Yeah,
Mac and cheese was a burger.
He's like, yo, dog, you're Asian, bro. What's wrong with you?
He was the broest waiter ever.
Yeah, I
He
know.
seemed like a more tolerable bro than most bros out there.
Yeah,
Like,
he was a bro I actually was okay with because the bros I normally deal with are start down some brewskis, bro. Let's play some Halo 4.
let's get some Mountain Dew up in that shit. Mix it with my Doritos and all.
He was tipped well.
Yeah,
He was
Yeah.
tipped very well. Yeah.
yeah. Since he was such a good waiter, we pretty much tipped him nice enough. Which
in contrast to the next waiter we have, who sucked balls.
Holy
We'll get to
crap.
that later.
Yeah.
wait.
This is on Saturday.
Oh, okay. I
but
see.
we're not done Friday yet.
Yeah, so anyway, immediately after Montana's, we wound up going to our panels, I believe.
Yes.
Some of us had to stop by the hotel to like get a couple of shit. I had to pick up Devil Joe. By the way, he went on the trip. I had to get Devil Joe at. Turn your morpher off! I heard that!
Sorry, I'm playing with it now that we started talking about it.
But yeah, we went to our panels, and I have to say they went pretty well without going into large detail about it.
So how was
Yeah,
that?
we'll have links
panel?
somewhere if people are interested in watching the panels.
I'm still waiting for Ace to send me the footage. Ace, if you're listening, I need that footage.
So, since we're talking about the Abridged Panel, CJ0, you pretty much had the floor. Me and Nessie were just back there watching.
Yeah, we were just standing at the back of the standing room only panel.
Yeah. Freaking Devil Joe was on my head too, so at least he got to see it.
So the Abridged panel, we mostly just did what we usually did. Well, actually, to start it off,
Yeah, we did something new this year. Is we started it off by actually having sort of like, it's not a dance number per se, but recently me and Cassie put together a Gundam style parody called Lazy Ninja Style, and I dressed up pseudo as Kakashi. And we opened the panel with Kakashi jumping around, dancing around, and doing his thing. And we got a big kickoff, and everybody was really happy and was really excited for what we were going to show for the rest of the panel.
And I missed that because I was still on my way.
Wiz apparently couldn't get in the room.
Yeah, I was lucky.
Every time the door opened, he was waving his hands at me. I'm like, Wiz,
no!
security, let him in.
But other than that, yeah, it's like Zero said, it was just sort of the standard fare. Once we did the whole opening and everything, we introduced ourselves for the new people that were new, and we saw a lot of like returning favorites and all that. And then we did a little bit of Q&A, and then from there we showed
Speaking of the Q&A,
2 of Zero's premieres, which was the finale of Mega Man Abridged. Finally, it's over. And Negiment 4.
Negiment 4 was the first video, actually, I think we showed.
And we showed because we showed my Lazy Ninja Style, we also showed
Episode 10.
an old episode of Naruto Shippuden, which is episode 10.
Which I think is our combined personal favorite. But...
Yeah, I like episode 10 and episode 12 equally.
But 12 was a little long, so that's
so we're like, we'll need to keep it short because other people have other things. And we showed Toradora Remnus 7? 8.
And we were going to show the preview of 9, but like I had decided, I'm like, we should show a full episode instead of...
Yeah. Well, you gave, like, you have to understand that once you said, it's like we could show the preview or we could show a full episode, and then everybody in the crowd's like, we want to see a full episode! Because obviously, they want
we don't have enough time for the panel.
Yeah, more than that. So, with that, we just sort of said, oh, well, that's pretty much it.
some favorite moments were made, like, do you want to be touched in your sleep? Yes!
And it's like, fuck everyone. That's usually the idea. Well, everybody liked the giant harpoon. That was from my one.
And the Wii.
Oh, the way on the Wii fighting, yeah.
and getting hit with crappy sequence. Oh no, the crowd went nuts when we showed the YTV logo.
Yeah, brought to you by YTV. Because Antfish had said the line wrong. I think he may have thought that I accidentally hit the Y and it was just a spelling error. But I actually wanted him to say YTV. Because at the time when I wrote that episode, I remember there was like a Falcon Beach marathon on YTV. And it pissed me off. And I was like, well, he's a shark and he's punching him. So he's going to beach the shark to defeat him. So this is funny.
That's how you get around the Falcon Punch joke.
Yeah.
Replace it with Falcon Beach.
With also, what's that anime? As well.
That's Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, Fist of the North Star. So it was a mixture of Falcon Punch, Fist of the North Star. We had the Falcon Punch music and the galaxy exploding. And I ended it with caramel dancing. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah.
Canadian jokes.
Canadian jokes.
And so after
actually, before you move on, can I have a question about the Q&A? How many similar questions were asked from previous years?
Not as much as we thought, because if he's probably watching this, it's funny, but there's usually this like short Asian kid that always asks us the same questions like 3 years in a row. But he wasn't there this year, and I kind of felt strange that he wasn't there asking us how you put your episodes together. How do you record your voice? Even though we would answer that before any of the questions were.
Also, I want to ask you, Unreal. What was your reaction to the opening to Negiment?
I don't know. Devil Joe seemed to like it.
Yay, Mystic Force!
Mystic Force's opening, I don't care what people say. I kind of like it.
The stupid song. But I'm just like, I honestly thought the footage you were showing me was actually the safe parts of a freaking Sentai porno. That's what I thought.
No, it's actually it's actually part of the live action Negima show, which it exists.
Oh god.
And they have a spin-off series called Mahora Sentai Baka Ranger, and that's what the footage is from, so
it just so happened that it worked with like the happiest Sentai fan.
I originally did a Maji Ranger joke, but I'm like, you know what? Mystic Force.
Because people laughed at that then.
Yeah. And I keep having people tell me it's my best episode yet, so I'm like, holy shit.
Let's keep doing
it.
Right,
it was really awesome.
Okay, so that's the Abridged Panel, and then right after it was the very first River City Gamers Panel.
Oh boy.
Well, thank you again to people who actually showed up for that.
I think 10% of the audience from the Abridged Panel showed up.
It felt like 5%, dude. Well, I think 10
but it's still it's probably best that they were there because they knew that at least Zero and me were sort of there. So they sort of stuck around. Like you may not have had as much if their panels didn't sort of go right after each other.
Yeah.
Which I think it actually benefited you guys, I think.
Yeah, I think that.
And
did.
a lot of them liked it. They really liked the stuff you guys were showing. Like
That's...
being pseudo part of the audience, I thought it was really, really good. Some of the stuff I thought, like especially some of the videos, I kind of like the idea of you guys showing promos instead of full reviews, sort of like what Blondie and SCR did with the Bug Island trailer and stuff. I thought showing a full episode was a little too much, especially halfway through a series that nobody comprehends. Because they haven't watched the review.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's nothing against Wiz's thing, but I was just like, this is part 9 of something that I have absolutely never seen. Like, you guys on the panel have seen them, but I haven't.
Yeah. Like,
and I feel bad because I was sort of heckling from the crowd, and I want to apologize if anybody's offended from that.
You're fired.
Stop being Canadian.
I'm Canadian. Yeah. I can heckle once.
I think actually at one point during this convention, you said you yelled at me to stop apologizing.
Yeah.
And then I said I'm sorry right after that.
Shut up.
Actually, one of the things that we started off the panel with was introducing CJ's character in my WWE 13 Wrestle City Gamers thing.
Oh God.
How'd you like that?
That was the most magical experience of my life. Like, at first I was
dance.
like, all right, I have cat makeup on, and then I realized, like, wait, no, right, I'm CanadianJutsu. It's Naruto. And I'm starting to look a little bit more like Kakashi, and I'm like, you know what?
And then you see the pants.
Yeah.
The top half is like Naruto based, and the bottom half is
Inuyasha based. Yeah. And then I'm like, all right, I can deal with this. And then I started doing like half chicken dances. And I couldn't, like, I lost it after that. I had to get up and do it myself.
And then the dramatic zoom on the face at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the while...
I didn't have a motorcycle, but I was okay with that.
All the while this is going on, the Naruto theme mixed with It's Tricky by Run DMC is blaring in the background.
But I have to say, and then once we got to the end of all the previews and everything, we actually had your WW13 match. The
Anime North title match tournament for Wrestle City Gamers.
Thank you.
We had a 10-man Royal Rumble for it.
And let's not divulge who the winner was because we'll wait till the video's
I will say who was in it.
Everybody kicked my ass.
Spoilers!
I don't care if it's a spoiler.
We'll just censor you.
Shit out of me.
I think we can at least divulge like who was in it though.
Yeah, so let's at least explain the roster.
Yeah, so all of us were in it. Zero, CJ, me, Unreal, Blondie was in it, Wiz was in it, and then we had a bunch of guest people in it. Like Harry Loads of Money Enfield was in it. Bill Cosby was in it. Booker T. Virus made a guest appearance.
Booker T. Virus, the best person ever.
Someone really liked Booker T. Virus.
I liked him. I thought he should have won.
Oh man, that would have been
And who
great.
was the 10th?
Oni.
Oh yeah, it was Oni because he had the USA top hat, which was perfect because he came out and fought you in your
Zero.
in your Canadian Sentai suit.
And I love how I got the intro.
Yeah, your crazy
Look,
ass.
I'm
intro.
happy Loads of Money got the intro because we're gonna upload that, I believe, so we're not gonna spoil what happens in the match, but that's the roster, so at least expect that. General thoughts of the panel itself, I think all of us thought it went better than we thought. And our expectations were pretty much bottom of the barrel for
Yeah,
this.
especially for a first panel for a lot of us who were doing that. I thought it went really well.
I'm kind of sad I didn't get to really show anything. But then again, my work schedule is like, well, it's time to get to work. No, says Monster Hunter.
But yeah, but regardless, all of you guys seemed natural and you were all engaging. No one seemed like, oh, why am I standing up here? Or why am I sitting here? Like, everybody had something to say. Everybody had something to contribute to the panel.
I felt like I was the biggest smartass up there just cracking jokes.
Oh, yeah, of course. But that's the whole thing. You engaged the audience perfectly, so... I don't know, how many times do you think that we dropped the RiverCityGamers.wordpress.com?
Well, at least 10.
I put it
Bro.
up on the screen, and then people started taking pictures of it.
Oh my god.
I took a picture of it.
I think they actually left during the Rumble, but I think on our
They
site,
commented
one of
on our
those
site.
sites. Yeah. Again, thank you people for actually going to this panel. And if you enjoyed it, we really appreciate it. I'm just gonna say right now, probably for future reference, we probably shouldn't have a panel about us. We should advertise us, but focus on something else, like cross our fingers that we get the Gamefly panel for Kineticon.
I actually found the comment from one of the guys who was at the panel. Thank you, Otacon45.
Awesome. Otacon 40. Was he the guy in the front?
I assume he was
the guy
one
that
of
was
the
in front
three.
sitting beside me was Haru. That's Haru Soul. And
Yeah,
he's
Haru
been,
Soul was
he's been
on
following
one
me and
side.
U0 since 2006, so he's been a loyal fan for a long time.
But I mean, Otacon on the other side. He was on the other side.
Yeah, it was probably one of the three photo takers. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
They were in the middle of the right hand row there.
Oh, your right or our right?
It would be my right where I was sitting in the crowd.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'd be your left.
So, after the panels, didn't we pretty much go to bed?
If there's one thing I was kind of sad about, I wanted to go to this Resident Evil panel, but
Why didn't you go?
well, number one, I was probably I couldn't figure out where it was. It was in the DoubleTree, but none of you guys wanted to like help, so I just gave up.
Well,
I mean-
I went to play ITG with Samurai and Cassie afterwards, so I got back to the room just as everybody was going to sleep.
It also didn't help that the hallways were super crowded, so at least figuring out where it is would have been really bad. So I gave up. It was disappointing, but that's life for ya.
Though I don't want to berate anybody, but I just kind of found it funny that like you guys had a really interesting presentation and everything like that, and the people following you guys was the how to get a con boyfriend/girlfriend, and there was people lined up. I'm like, it feels kind of sad that a bunch of people that are dedicating a lot of their time to creating proper content is going to get outshunned by this stupid panel about people dating. I know it's sort of like it's
I think
berating
people
it a
just go
little
for
bit.
the novelty of it.
Yeah, I guess, but that
Part
guy
of me
was
feels
super.
like
You know,
I
that guy
should've
was
been in
super
that
serious
fight.
about it. He was an asshole to us on the way out when we had to change everything. We're like, "Oh, sorry, we were using our Xbox and everything," and he was being a giant dick. I just wanted to punch him
What
with his like fucking PowerPoint presentation. I'm sorry, but
At least during the Rumble, I was like, one of the con staff actually came in and told me time, and I'm just like, we're almost done, because believe it or not, the entire Rumble went perfectly in terms of time. So as soon as it ended, our panel was done, which was great.
Sadly, no glitches though.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, there was a lot of wandering around at the beginning where they're just sort of like going around in circles. Lots of money, didn't know what to do with himself.
I think next year, instead of making it an RCG panel, we should just call it WWE 13 RiverCityGamers Anime North title match.
What I'm actually considering doing is like doing hybrids of WWE wrestlers and like anime characters. Sort of like what I did with Booker T Virus. How he's like a hybrid of Resident Evil and Booker T.
Stone Cold Kenji.
Oh god, next year we should make it WWE 13 Anime Wrestling.
Instead of Ken
And then
Shamrock,
also
I have
the
Ken Shiro.
RiverCityGamers thing in that.
Instead of D'Lo Brown, I have JoJo Brown.
I'm sorry if we were sounding a little mean about that one guy's panel, but if you want respect for your panel, you gotta respect ours too. So
Yeah, don't be an ass and say,
I don't
like,
care how many people are in your panel. When we went to that one guy's panel, that one year when our panel was right after it, we got interested in that guy's panel. Remember that animator dude?
Yeah, it was that, and he was making an animated game out of it.
And it was really cool. Like, we really liked it.
Yeah, that was 2011, I think. That's
Yeah.
when Eris was with us.
that was when I was there too, but then I left after that panel, I think. What did we do after that? Well,
No,
that's
you were
too-
at that panel because that's when
The
it went.
Abridged one? No, I was at the Abridged one, but I don't think we stayed like after that one.
Well, yeah.
No, it wasn't after, it was before.
Before? I don't think I was there before. I don't think.
We got there super early that year.
Because we were already at the convention and we're like, well, we're going to eat afterwards. So, yeah.
Anyways, so should we move on to Saturday?
Yeah, enough about the panel stuff.
He's not going to watch this shit, so whatever.
He doesn't care, and we don't either.
And neither do we, so. Saturday.
So Saturday, that was a fun day.
When did you guys leave the hotel room? Because
I don't know.
me and Mike had our showers, and Carrie was ready in her cosplay. So we're just like, well, we want to go. So we're just going to go.
I was like the
we were
last
waiting for all
person
of
to
them.
get a shower.
Yeah, I think we were waiting until everyone did a shower, then we would go.
Yeah.
And then Samurai, me, and Mike left. And Samurai forgot his con.
No,
badge.
Mike was with me and Carrie.
Was he?
Yes. So somebody else left.
Me, Samurai, and Ace. That's what it was.
Yeah, that sounds better.
And Samurai forgot his con badge.
Yeah, that's why it was good we were still in there, because you called one of us. I think it was Blondie.
Yeah, I called Blondie.
Yeah, you called us forward us throughout the con badge, which was good, because we'd be able to grab it and just go. And I was still getting into my Parker outfit, my fat Bauer.
And I was still getting into Chosen One.
Which was awesome, by the way. Oh, I showed the pictures to my boss at work because she wanted to see. And she laughed at your costume.
It's like, yeah!
And then I showed it to another one of my coworkers, and she was like, wait, I know what this is from. I'm like, Chosen One? She's like, ah!
Did anybody stop you for pictures?
Nope.
Aw.
Canada.
What do you mean Canada?
I'm
Got
just
a problem?
kidding. No, you got a problem,
Right.
pal? Do I have to go into my fugitive hunter mode? Okay.
That costume was really good. I think it was because you weren't shirtless, though.
Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon.
What is with you and not being shirtless?
Because
It would have made Tage happy.
Yeah, well,
Anyways.
When you have extra body fat like you do, Zero, clothing is actually a burden. So,
actually, speaking of photos, how many of you guys got stopped? Because on Friday, when I was going as Barry, because that was the only day I went as him, I actually got a couple of pictures.
well, I didn't cosplay this year, so
No, yeah, you did. You were Carter Grayson.
I was Carter Grayson for like one little second until you're like, give me back the Lightspeed Frisbee. I'm like, seriously, I'm not gonna break this thing.
I'm sorry if I'm stingy about it, but you know, it's just.
I know you like it. It's yours. I understand.
It's not like that. It's just like I just care for its condition because that's who I am. That's why I get new
I'm
game
gonna
cases.
go and like chuck it halfway across. I guess since I had a
No.
high roll of shit
It's
fall
like
on
there,
my
done.
wrist. I shouldn't complain. But...
I was expecting you to throw it after all that filming, but whatever.
I like I said during that thing, I was more concerned about like failing you as a director than actually myself failing personally.
I was like thinking I was gonna fail personally as well. Like
Everybody wins.
John wins.
The Saturday went off like everybody was in their own groups. Like we all did something different.
Isn't that Anime North in general? We have always done our own group type of thing.
Yeah, I know. It's just like we only sort of come together when it's like time for food. And I mean, by the time everybody
one common interest.
You guys picked up some video games. You might as well start talking about that.
No, we're saving that for recent pickups.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
we'll explain our trip to the dealer's room because we didn't go on Friday, or at least me, SCR, and I think Zero as well.
I did go to the dealer.
Zero, did you go? No, wait, Zero went to the dealer's room.
Yeah, I went to the dealer's room.
Because
Okay.
he bought me an amazing. He got me the Aegis Gundam from Gundam Seed as a model kit.
Don't let anybody know I bought you something from Seed.
What's wrong with
Gundam
fucking
Seed! That's it, you're fucking dead.
Everybody needs to shut up about it. It's good.
It's good if you like high school.
Hey,
Okay, then I like Power Rangers. because I like-
yeah, I like Power Rangers. So
Well, I like
shut your
Foes,
mouth.
and it's about high school, so whatever.
Okay,
Operation
anyways,
Overdrive,
so-
best anime ever.
So anyways,
So-
I bought too much shit.
I think I bought too much shit, but we'll get to that. But the dealer's room, well, I was at least happy with the vendors this time. I still like the one-up guys. I like those guys.
Oh,
Yeah, those
they're
guys are
awesome.
awesome.
If I was Canadian and wanted a job, I wanted to work there. honestly.
Oh no, they weren't just one up. They were super one up.
Yeah, no, well, they have like 2 stores.
They evolved.
Yeah, they evolve. I actually have
They're
their...
the next generation of their console.
But both one-ups,
But one up one.
they've been my
Wow.
favorite Anime North vendor for 3 years straight. I mean, yeah, you could argue some prices, like, whatever, but there was another vendor that had worse prices for games, so...
Way. Oh, should
Yeah.
I
Oh, God.
say that now?
They had didn't
Not
they have
yet.
War Gods for like $20?
Even worse than that, they had Bloody Roar 4, this other vendor, for $40. I was shocked at first, and then I kind of laughed right in front of the dealer.
At least they didn't, well, whatever.
Please go, you're never gonna sell this for this price.
No. Yeah, I guess we'll get to that on Sunday, but there's a follow-up to that.
Actually, that dealer too, I bought a Retron 3 from them, literally worked once. Luckily, they have a Lindsay store, so I'm gonna go return it and get another one, but they left a bad taste in my mouth already.
I actually
well,
never hit the gaming tables. This is something that I usually do, but we never, like, everybody that I hung out with, they all had certain things that they were looking for. So I never really got to wander around where I wanted to go. I sort of just follow along with everybody else.
That is
So I never
smoking on
actually
the-
got to look at the gaming tables. Though I'm not as concerned about looking at the gaming tables now that I work at a trade-in place. Hi, kitty.
Eh.
Anyways, so a lot of the game vendors are pretty good this year, except for one.
Yeah, I actually want to bring up a story. I think this actually happened last year. That one vendor that you guys complained about. I bought Call of Duty World at War off of them. It was 15. I thought, well, yeah, that's okay. So I actually finally got to try it out when I got home. It worked fine. And then as soon as I kept playing through single player, when it was loading a certain level, disc unreadable. I mean, the game was still playable, but it would not let me progress in single player. So I took a look at the disc. It seemed clean. Then I looked really close. There was this hexagonal crack inside the inner part where you could stick your finger in the middle of the disc, around there. It's hard to explain. It's where it usually spams Xbox 360 on the disc.
Yeah, that's the authentication badge that every system loads. So after a certain while, if it can't load that authentication badge, it will shut the game down.
Yeah, there was this hexagonal crack. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I even looked at the disc up there that year, but I didn't look hard enough. So I kind of regret that.
So this one vendor, basically, we're not going to say their name, but I'm pretty much.
I don't even know they had a name. That's the thing.
I know their name.
They were
because
just
I have a
a
receipt
body
from them,
part.
and I actually bought Power Rangers Super Legends for PS2 from them. But that's the only thing I can say about them. They are overpriced, and they don't care about anything. So we're not going to say
I
anything.
Left 4 Dead 2 off of them. I'm like, oh no, I'm not making the same mistake. But
I mean, Earthworm Jim 3D for $30, really?
Illusion of Gaia for $30, really?
Mega Man Legends 2 for $149.
Whoa! Was it like pristine condition?
No.
Holy shit!
Somebody
So,
bought
which
it
is really
too.
funny
I was
because
like,
Abby, I think that reminds me. Abby was talking about that, and she got Skies of Arcadia for the Dreamcast, and she got it for like $5. And
Yep.
Skies of Arcadia for $5.
Wait, isn't the GameCube version rarer, or?
No, the Dreamcast version is a lot more rare.
But the GameCube's still
anyways,
hard.
I couldn't believe that. And
Well,
when we went back
GameCube
on
games in
Sunday-
general never get traded in.
When we went back on Sunday, it was gone. So somebody bought that copy of Legends 2, and I was like, oh my god, I feel so bad for the poor bastard who paid that price.
He'll look on eBay and go, fuck!
I got my copy for $20, so
At least it's not Tron Bond. It probably would have been 500 there.
fucking Tron. That game was the price of Tron Bond that they were selling it for. So I was like, and of course they had to sell Earthbound for $250.
It is.
Wasn't that cartridge only?
That's kind of ridiculous because we had a copy of Earthbound, and at my work for a while, and we were selling it for like $80.
You know what's funny? I'm still planning to get Earthbound, or at least promise Earthbound with the box, and apparently I think the strategy guide's in that box as well, for around $90 or so.
That's usually the going price. It's between 60 and 80 most of the time.
Glad I held
The
on.
only
Earthbound
thing
I understand because there wasn't a lot of it produced. It wasn't like really recognized as like a gem until a cult following later.
I just want the strategy guide because I'm gonna buy the Wii U version.
Well,
Game
it's
Pass.
just a console port. Like, it's all
Yeah.
good.
Anyways, we're talking a lot about game vendors. I think we.
Yeah, but it has to be said that there have been times where we've been fucked over. But
Also,
okay,
I
let's
think
advertise
Unre-
1UP games. They're the best.
Also, I
One-Up
think Unreal and I
Games
are
is
just
awesome.
talking about the game vendors so much because there were none at CanadianJutsu.
fucking
right after
Yeah, don't even remind me.
Kineticon, that was a
But
disgrace.
other than that though, like I don't know about you guys if you really walked around Artist Alley all that much, but Artist Alley this
Sunday.
year was fantastic.
We
lot of
did,
the
but
art-
it was on Sunday most.
We'll get to the Artist Alley on Sunday for our.
Oh, okay. I didn't know because I was there on
Dude.
Saturday.
You brought it up to us, like, or Zero mentioned that you mentioned it, and this
Yeah,
is
that
what
I mentioned that the art was really, really fantastic.
So I guess we should talk about dinner on Saturday, which was at Sushiya. This is where I was talking about before, where the waiter was terrible there. I'm sorry, but he did not know what he was doing.
I would argue for one reason. Do you know how many people we brought for a single table?
No, like I've been a waiter before. It does not matter how many people there are. You're supposed to do your job properly. Just because there's 11 people sitting at this table does not mean that you can screw up people's order, forget people, and then only bring half the dishes out and then say, oh, well, we're still making the other ones. No, you hold everybody's dishes.
The food was great, but the service was not as great. So I will say, though, it was really cool because we were sitting beside where the sushi chefs were, and
We got to watch them.
they were just going like, ah!
Yeah, they were making a show for that.
They were awesome.
Yeah.
They did their job.
Yeah, waiter
But see,
aside.
and then
the
there was
food
those
so good.
females, right? Those female servers, and they were fantastic.
They were awesome. It's just this one guy we had just didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like he wasn't normally a server, though. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
hey.
I remember the previous times we've had female servers. So
Oh, so Sushi, you guys are great, but your servers need a little more work. At least the ones we're thinking of. The girl.
I mean, if the one that served of, if he's new, he needs a little more practice. I mean, there's always potential, but
And if he was new, he couldn't have picked the worst time to start working there.
we'll at least say that we enjoyed the food, right? Because I sure
Oh,
as
the
hell
food
did.
yeah,
was
hell
delicious.
yes.
Yeah.
I got the spicy chicken, and it was delicious.
Yeah, yours
You're banned
that was
from the
serious spice, bro. Like, that was kind of ridiculous. Like, I had one piece of it just to try it, and I was like, wow, I could not eat a whole plate of this.
It was fantastic. They did a wonderful job on it.
Oh, there's actually something food-related we missed before sushi, Zero.
Oh, yeah, the con burrito.
Oh, the con burrito.
Oh.
This year, the con burrito. Have fun chewing.
Oh.
Yeah, I could barely contain the con burrito within, like, the tortilla this year. Because, I actually made a list of everything that was in it. It was, little mini Nestle Crunch bars, rice noodles, Koala March, like, chocolate crackery sort of things, Wheat Thins, and Nerds candy.
You got some of the driest things to put in there.
Yep.
Just absorb your saliva.
So, okay, we'll go in, Zero, what did you think of it?
Well, we'll save that for the video.
Oh, okay, I'm just gonna say right now, I'm not gonna spoil my reaction, but, last year I didn't try it, but this year I did. Maybe because on its own, the contents would have been fine for me.
It will be a quick menu madness.
No, it doesn't even count. But I'll just say.
Well, I didn't get to take part in it this year, and I was kind of sad.
It was just us four, like.
Well, yeah, I know, because you kind of did it on the spur of the moment because you were all back at the hotel room at the time.
Yeah.
Now, like the last time all of us were there, did almost everyone try it except for you and Ace, I think. Or did Ace try it?
I don't know if Ace did. I turned it down. Well, so.
Cassie had it that year too. Jesus, we poisoned ourselves really bad with those things.
We almost died.
Going back to sushi, what did you guys get to eat? I can't remember.
Chicken teriyaki.
Chicken katsu. And same shit as last year.
Yeah, I got beef noodles or ukidon.
Udon? Yeah, you got udon, right?
Yeah.
What'd you guys think?
Yaki udon, that's what it was called.
What'd you guys think of it?
I thought it was delicious. Like, I got it, and so did Ace, but Ace didn't eat his.
Ace didn't like it, which I ended up trying it. I couldn't finish it because it was full of it.
Like, I have to say that the miso soup was not as salty as I usually like it.
I couldn't really tell the difference because it was still super hot, and I think my tongue got burnt.
Yeah,
but
I
usually
don't
it's
like
supposed to be fairly salty, but it really didn't have any salt to it at all. It was very thick too.
I actually got 2 miso soups because I don't like the salad they make, so they
Well, the salads are actually quite good.
Yeah, I usually don't eat salad that much. I only really eat the lettuce, but whatever they put on the salad was a good, like, dressing.
Yeah, like I had, I normally only like Caesar salad, that's probably why, but... So it's not their fault, it was... I don't like it.
It's just personal taste. That's like saying, like, I don't like pineapple. I can't say your pineapple the way you make it sucks, because I don't like pineapple in general. You can't do that.
But I think all the food there was really good, and every year, it's always like, you feel like, oh, there's not that much, and then you're like, oh, I'm so full.
Yeah,
compared to Montana's where you get big shit, it's like, it doesn't even look like a lot at sushi out, but then it just gets to you, and it's so good, you don't care about the size, because you're probably full by then.
It's really filling.
That's why I'm kind of glad that we brought you guys this time. I mean, sure, it was kind of an inconvenience with the amount of people, but at least you got to try.
We had to wait almost like 40 minutes to actually get seated.
Yeah, if we were going all as one, we could have like at least gone separate, but that probably would have been more inconvenient, but I don't even know.
But yeah, Sushi was great, even though we had to wait. So yeah, that was mostly Saturday. Was there any... Oh, wait.
There is a big thing that happened on Saturday.
There's the best thing. Was there anything we did before the best thing, though?
Don't think so.
Other than Monster Hunter gestures?
Oh!
That you guys stopped as soon as I turned my camera on?
Yeah.
We didn't even know you were filming it. Because we were just waiting at the crosswalk and we got split up, so we just taunted you with all
I finally did film it the second time it happened.
I do like how I remember hearing one person near us and they're like, why are they clapping? I'm just grinning like an idiot. It's like, oh, they're getting confused. This is great. Oh, man.
The biggest part, I guess. Is this the biggest part, did you say? Or...
Oh, yeah. The biggest part was part 2 of Playdium. At least for me, yes, here.
Playdium Part 2, The Revenge.
Yeah, this was my first time going.
Yeah. Because you turned it down last year.
Well, no, I did not turn it down last year. I was told that I couldn't go because there wasn't enough room in the car. Because Ace didn't want to drive last year. So don't tell me that I turned it down, because that is not true.
I'm
I wanted
sorry.
to go, but
I appreciate it, but look what we're dealing with.
For some reason,
Yeah.
I feel like what CJ just
I
said should be
honestly
followed by
wish-
this.
Ain't got no time for that.
So anyways,
yeah, I got that.
Playdium.
I got that Z shit. I'll do that Shaniqua Z sort of side.
The
side
Shaniqua Z.
The Shaniqua Z. No, literally, think about it. You know what I'm talking
back on the
Okay, so
track.
anyways, PlayStation and Niqua.
about. Yeah.
That's a new console coming out.
What?
But Playdium, Ace did drive this year, so everyone.
He drove around it.
Oh my God!
But
Tell the story.
I was in that car. His GPS kept telling him to turn left repeatedly,
And
and
then
would never want him to go
behind you.
in. So we had to circle around it once to see where the proper entrance was.
I was just following Ace because I was wondering, where is he gonna go now?
Yeah, we were worried that he was gonna get lost 5 blocks away.
I actually just called Ace in the middle. I'm like, look to your left.
I was
We
yelling.
knew. We saw it. We knew the Palladium was there.
I was just yelling in my car, going, "Ace, common sense! It's right there."
But we got there.
We got
finally
there
got
about 5 minutes later.
there. Oh, for crying out
Like
loud.
5 minutes.
Oh, I can't hold all these Palladium games.
Yeah.
So we finally got there, and wait, who did everyone go? I thought one guy stayed behind.
Carrie didn't go.
Oh, I thought it was Mike, but then I remember no, Mike was there.
Yeah,
So-
me and Mike, we played the Jurassic Park game to completion.
I did that last year, so this year I explored some of the other things. I was a 5-win champion in Street Fighter until the second match with CJ, and then he knocked me off my throne.
Did he spam Yoga Fire?
No.
No,
Okay.
I beat him the first match, and then the next match we did, he kicked my ass.
I picked Cammy. I was like, alright, I'm picking my main character now.
Samurai got, I think, really butthurt when I was beating him. He's like, "You're cheating." I'm like, "I'm not. I know how to play. Just because I know how to play the game."
It's funny, you're cheating.
He's like, "You
He
keep
was
going
beating- he
low."
was
I'm like,
beating me with Bob
"Fine."
and
Then I
Tekken.
stopped doing any low attacks whatsoever and just did, whatever.
Your strategy has a fatal flaw, Zero, that I think that you should stop doing. Is you jump in a lot. You don't move, you don't dash forward, you jump forward. So I was able to cannon spike you like almost every single time you jumped into the air.
Yeah, I need to work on my game a little bit. I never said I was like pro at like fighting games, but I am better than the average bear.
You were good though.
Yeah.
So who played Tekken as Bob?
Oh, that was Samurai.
Samurai did. I was kicking his ass in that too.
Yeah, Bob's such a good
I'm
character,
not
right?
good at Tekken. I suck at Tekken, and I was kicking
Well,
his ass.
Bob,
You don't need
Bob
to be
is
good
actually-
at Tekken when you just have to air juggle.
Yeah, but Bob he's top tier in Tekken 6. He's way overpowered in Tekken
Apparently,
6.
he's my next cosplay, so
Obviously, yes.
Good work, though. You just gotta get the right shirt.
I wanna get some other people to cosplay Tekken characters too.
I'll do it.
I'm out.
Nope, out.
I know because SCR you hate Tekken, so that's fine. No, you have to be king.
No.
It's a bloody Rourke
You
character.
could wear a cheetah mask.
You're
I'm not a cheetah, man.
Ew.
There was one character I wanted Cassie to play, and I can't remember her name now.
What, Nina Williams?
No, wait, maybe.
No, not Nina. I'm fairly sure it was Xiao Yu. You wanted to play Xiao Yu.
No, the other Williams sister. What's her name?
Oh, Anna?
Anna Williams.
Anna Williams.
Yes, Anna. She's hot.
Oh, wow.
With
Okay.
her bowler cut.
Oh,
we
so
played that. You guys played that Terminator game.
well, I played for a bit because what baffled me last year, it was the proper Terminator Salvation arcade game with the rifle and stuff, This year, they basically took the Aliens cabinet and put Terminator on it. So I was shooting Terminators with an Aliens pulse rifle.
Yeah, and not only that, the machine was actually like 8 feet away from the Aliens machine, so you could see that it was the same thing.
By the way, the first thing I did, because of last year, went to play the Guitar Hero arcade game. Mike actually played it first, and he warned me of a faulty orange button. I took that advice, and I'm just like, wow, this sucks.
Well, it was okay for me because I play on medium anyways when I play guitar.
Yeah, you don't get a broken button, but I pretty much instantly go to expert because it's the one I'm like able to like at least do at this point. But the orange button was just not functioning right. Sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't, and it really it pissed me off.
So, note to self, don't play Guitar Hero Arcade unless you don't want the orange Venom to work.
Don't
but that
play
was just
Guitar
that
Hero
machine.
Arcade if the controller is faulty. In fact, I'll just say this right now, even in death, Guitar Hero still manages to piss me off. Thanks.
It's the same fucking game.
It's Guitar Hero 3 in arcade form. So, let me just put it this way. I actually looked at the set list. The hardest song on the arcade machine is Surfing with the Alien by Joe Satriani, which makes sense. But if you expect to play it on expert with a broken orange button, you will not win. How did they even expect you to do that if your freaking controller's not even functioning?
Yeah, but they don't seem like they were like that adamant about fixing stuff. Or is that just my imagination?
Okay,
that
let me ask
depends,
this right now. Is the only difference to you between Guitar Hero and Rock Band the set list?
No, there's actually key differences now between the franchises.
Anyways, so we played Indy 500 a couple times too.
Yeah, that was fun.
I only got to play with Zero and SCR that time. It didn't help that two of
the
them.
first time we played Zero, it was me, you, Cassie, Mike, and Wiz? Was Wiz or was somebody else?
Could have been Samurai. I don't know. Or Ace.
Maybe it was Ace. Maybe you're right. Maybe
I don't remember.
I didn't get to see you guys play that though.
Cassie kicked her ass. She was the one that came in first, wasn't she?
I came in second in the other ring. Cause some random, I like calling them, just some random actually took first place. And I'm like, ah.
I was just happy that I didn't get last all the times.
I'm just happy I managed to cross the finish line with a time of 0 seconds left on the clock. I'm like, yeah, I still got second.
There's a couple things that were strange. The first thing I want to say is a lot of the GunCon games, more specifically some of the older ones, needed to be like recalibrated. Like,
Well, the Jurassic Park one, the blue right or shot, it will like if you aim towards the middle, it would aim towards the corner.
yeah,
That actually reminded me of this one time where I played House of the Dead 3 in this arcade in Florida. Yeah, kind of like that, where it's like, well, it's like a real shotgun where I aim, it doesn't actually shoot towards.
Exactly. Did actually anybody play Big Buck Hunt?
No.
I played it, and
I'm pretty sure Rednecks did.
It's so terrible. It was so terrible. Because with the
It was
free
right
pass,
next
'cause
to
we have one of those at South Keys Movies, and South Keys Movies is the most amazing place on the planet. But yeah, and I didn't want to pay like 3 fucking tokens for it at South Keys, so I was like, all right, I'll play it here, and it's just as bad as I thought it was.
It was right next to the Paradise Lost machine, which I can't believe they still have.
Oh, Paradise Lost. That is a game that I'm always like, oh yeah, Paradise Lost is a fun game, but it's not because the missions are too fucking long.
What did I told you this, and you didn't believe me.
It functions as a game. It
Well,
works.
It's boring as shit.
I think CJ and I played it, and we're like, after one level, we're like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah, we're just
okay,
like, really? This was only one level?
yeah,
we're
it's
just like, let's just let it
as
run
shit. Here, if you want Paradise Lost, play Far Cry Instincts. It's way better, because that's basically it, minus the rail shooting and boring. Because Far Cry Instincts is actually fucking fun. But
I still
whatever.
need to play Blood Dragon. I want to play that.
Friends who return. Oh no, here we go. There was a new arcade machine there. It was called Sega Golden Gun, which I've never heard of.
Oh, they have that in my town.
I thought it was actually a baller-ass machine because of the Golden Gun. Me and Wiz played through the whole thing. It was Sega quality, so I guess I enjoyed it. In terms of awful voice acting and Sega quality cheese.
Oh, Sega quality cheese. I like that so much.
Way past cool.
Way past cool.
But
Silly little thing.
the thing about this game is during some parts you can actually shoot this guy and it acts like a shop. So the points you've gotten for your score you could spend on upgrades, which Wiz liked, and I'm kind of with him on this. I kind of liked it, and apparently it also has multiple paths, but we only picked one path, so that's how that went. It was pretty fun. It seemed kind of easy though once we figured out how co-op shooting works.
Is it me, or were there like 3 or 4 other machines there that also had like either a wheel in the middle or co-op shooting?
Yeah.
Welcome to recent rail shooters.
Yeah, actually, that was one thing that I was sort of sad about, that there wasn't a lot of like super variety. It was just, like you said, it was like either a wheel, like a racing game, or it was a co-op shooter.
Now,
I mean, yeah, there was a couple fighting games, but
let me put this in perspective. I really like rail shooters, but even I thought there are too many rail shooters here.
And the amazing thing is, last year I went through all 3 Time Crisis games. I turned it down this year because like I think someone wanted to do Time Crisis with me.
I wanted to, but you were doing something.
I turned it down because I'm like, I did all 3 games last year, but
yeah, and I didn't mind.
You did get to play it, right?
Yes, yeah, of course.
I will say right now, you mentioned about like fixing machines, right, earlier?
Yeah.
I will vouch that they did fix a couple, because Time Crisis 3 looked way better than it did last year. Because Blondie pretty much had a broken screen and shit, and I could see that they fixed that.
Well, that's good.
So
it just
they
takes
do
you.
manage some shit. And in terms of variety, I noticed that one wakeboarding game, I think, that was gone. I didn't even play it, but I noticed it was gone, or I didn't notice it that well.
Oh, there's one
had to
game
put
me and
another
Blondie
co-op
played
shooter in there.
that where it's a driving game, but you take turns driving.
That was Outrun.
Yep,
That was
Yeah,
a mode.
Outrun. We played that. That was really fun.
Yeah. I actually just watched you guys. I played Outrun last year now, and I sucked, so I kind of got like, whatever.
Oh yeah, and we all played. I'm pretty sure Cash Grab the game.
What was Cash
Arcade
Grab?
edition.
What was that?
Tank.
Oh, the arcade version was fun. Devil Joe got to be my picture. I actually brought him with me to Playdium. But I actually first saw Ace and freaking Mike play that. I almost said Nick, but Nick is Ace.
Yeah.
So that would have been confusing. Yeah, it was definitely looked better than the Wii version that's free to play. And when I played it, it was better than the Wii version because it felt better in the arcade. But when I played it, I noticed the audio was fucking broken because
Yeah, it was cutting out.
it was either no audio or it was just cutting in and out. It was just like, I don't know what happened because I swear I was hearing audio when I saw Ace and Mike play it. So that was weird. I also managed to play a game that I played last year. Last year I played a bit of Operation Ghost, but this year me and Wiz decided to play it through completion. We got the bad ending because we couldn't fucking lock onto the helicopter at the end because the game likes tension, so let's shake the screen! Because that's challenge, right?
Oh yeah, it is.
That's bullshit.
Well, no, like imagine you were actually in that situation though. Do you really think that your vision's gonna be so straight on? You're gonna be like, holy fuck, get me out of here, and you won't be able to aim properly. Your hands will be shaking and
No,
your
you're not
eyes
in the helicopter. You're standing still, aiming towards the helicopter.
So that doesn't mean that you can hit it.
Oh my god. But whatever. The game was still fun. I preferred over Ghost Squad because I felt it was more satisfying to do, or like shoot things in that. I guess we could move on to Chad Warden.
Yeah, I can't even remember what the name of the game was, but Blondie
was a
and I were
pirate's
playing
game.
this rail shooter that had like a pirate theme to it.
It was called Dead Storm Pirates.
Dead
and
Storm Pirates,
You guys were near the end of the game when I came in, but at least explain the game before I popped in.
It's basically what we mentioned before. It's one of those games where there's 2 turrets and a wheel in the middle. You use the wheel to like steer ships and dodge shit. And it also has the co-op shooting mechanic, where you're both supposed to shoot the same target in order to do more damage. And
Now, when you were around the final boss, I came in. And I sat in the middle. You guys had me do the wheel where I had to do it really fast. And I think I injured my left hand because of it.
Yeah.
Because it is like a pirate thing, so I was whacking it. So multiple prongs on that wheel were hitting my fingers.
Hey, there was a previous level where we had to fight a giant squid and it grabbed the mast and tried to drag our ship under, and I had to do that exact same thing. So I don't want to hear it.
It hurt. It hurt, didn't it?
I never played this. I feel kind of bad that I didn't play it.
Well, here's the thing. I came in and I'm just like, I mentioned to the guys that that Dead Storm Pirates is actually part of this PS3 compilation that comes with Raising Storm and Time Crisis 4 as well as Dead Storm Pirates, which apparently Blondie didn't know about. I'm like, yeah, it's on there. That's how I know about this game. I never played it though.
And then we beat the game.
Yeah, they beat the game and decided like we had to make sure we beat the game because there were like multiple boss rooms, remember? So when we actually beat the game, decided to like hit the button to like skip the credits, I think, or something.
Yeah, and then we put in a score and the screen goes blank.
Yeah, and then after that, I don't know if I hit the button again, because you would expect it to go back to like the arcade thing, to like insert coin here type of thing.
But no, it went back to a main menu thing.
It went back to the main menu for the PlayStation 3 version of this game.
Yep.
And if you looked at the buttons,
It had the PlayStation Move buttons and everything too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I kind of got scared. You want to know why? Because not only 5 minutes ago, prior to that roughly, I mentioned that this was on the PS3, and what do you know? What do you fucking know? We're playing the PlayStation 3 version in an arcade cabinet. I think I broke at that point. Not as much as Let's Go Jungle the entire game, but I still broke at how the fuck did you do this?
They need to get the sequel to Let's Go Jungle.
there's a sequel?
There's a sequel.
What's it called? Let's Go whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
Let's Go whatever.
It's like how you found a sequel to that Pirates game, Zero.
Oh my god, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
How about Let's Go Space and see how absurd that'll go?
That would be awesome.
Back to the PlayStation whole fiasco about Dead Storm Pirates. I think the one thing that may have probably set me off, not to the fact it was on PS3, but something was off about the entire thing. Are you familiar with what like text usually looks like on VHSs that you record?
Yeah.
One of those, it looked like there was one of those that displayed the amount of credits you had.
Yeah, I noticed that when I played.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's like, it looks like VHS text. That should have set me off, but it didn't. So I was still surprised as hell to see the fact that it was a PS3. I'm like, oh god.
And speaking of things that set you off, there was that other game.
Yeah, the too spooky for human beings.
Oh my god, 4D? Oh no.
When your title reminds me of Spy Kids 4D, you have failed as a horror game.
Well, it was a 4D game. So
The fourth D is for desperation.
For the love of God, please. Okay, the game is called Dark Escape 4D. I'm sorry, but just having 4D
3D
is
effects
dumb.
were really good, but everything else was pretty bad.
I didn't care about the 3D to the point where I turned it off immediately. So, I guess we should at least explain me, Blondie, and SCR's experience first, because you and Wiz did it after Zero.
Yeah.
And I just, like, peeked in, like,
One of the first things I saw when we got in there was it was playing this like intro sequence, and there was this one part where there's just a blatant ass shot of the main character.
I was about to quit right there. I'm like, horror game! Look, I know Resident Evil Revelations has Jill's ass front and center, but come on, not in the freaking cinematics like that. Anyways, there's a lot of gimmicks with this game, and I think almost every gimmick pissed me the fuck off. I haven't been this mad at an arcade game since, ever, I think. Maybe Paradise Lost. I got mad at Paradise Lost for just being blatantly bad, but... So... let's see. Dark Escape 4D has this booth that's similar to like Let's Go Jungle, Deadstorm Pirates, you know, and they even have like the same fucking dual gun setup, except there's no wheel this time.
Thank God.
Instead, the wheel's replaced by a 2D to 3D button.
And
in case you don't want to wear the 3D
and by
glasses.
heart rate sensors in the handles, which I had to take off my gloves for.
You didn't have to. I could have just fucked with it and just did everything one hand, like, yeah. But
And there were also a bunch of like sound speaker things that were like behind us and up to the
it's even got
side.
surround sound. Yeah, the whole thing has surround sound inside. But
And it would breathe on you.
yeah, that's the 4D part. But with the booth itself, it has drapes to keep it dark and scary and shit.
Until you realize you're basically playing Saw the game.
I never got the seat rumble though.
There was a seat rumble?
Apparently there was a seat rumbling feature.
Yeah, according to the outside of that thingamabob.
According to the back of the box. Literally, the back of the
Yeah, of that giant box.
But the one thing that made me hate this thing right away was it was all jump scares.
Every fucking 10 seconds.
And they weren't scary at all.
You see them coming, like, so bad. The only thing that tries to, like, fucking make you scared is the fact that they literally amplify the volume every jump scare. So, okay, the game audio could be like this and stuff, and
You scared my cat, bro.
I think you're
Exactly.
actually
That's
like
it.
underselling.
He's completely bushed.
I think you're actually
I think
underselling
Cooler
what it
knows
does.
The target
See,
market for that game, then.
from my experience, the game actually kind of did this, and it got really quiet. We were like moving through the next doorway, and then it does this.
yeah.
But bullshit.
The bullshit. Why did the freaking box explode?
And then
It was
immediately
so
after it does
annoying.
that, it starts measuring your heart rate.
Yeah, which you can pretty much undetermine it if you just let one hand go. You need both on. I don't know how it reads the heart rate. I'm assuming it's by sweat, which I think is bullshit, but it's probably the only possible way. I'm not sure how it reads the pulse in your, like, wrist, because you do have a pulse there. So I'm not sure
It's
how...
actually, it should be through the connective muscle where your thumb is connected to your hand. That muscle right there, if you put your something on top of it, you can feel the pulse just like you can on your wrist. So that's probably where they read it from. But it needs two accurate things because it's a fairly weak thing.
Yeah.
And a random bit of trivia.
For a game that sucks ass.
But I have a feeling that you're right. It's sweat because it's a lot easier to measure moisture, heat than it
Which
is.
is probably what, like, I'm assuming that because SCR had to take his gloves off. So, and it couldn't pick up with the gloves. That's gotta be the reason. But I'm just guessing here. I don't know how they do it. I don't give a shit. The only positive thing I can at least say about this game is at least for an arcade rail shooter, the graphics are pretty nice, I guess.
I thought
But-
the 3D was really well done too.
What pisses me off about the 3D is it's once again one of those examples where there's this one part where you get to choose a door. One good thing happens, one bad thing happens. And if the bad thing happens, it's a jump scare. It doesn't affect your health, it doesn't, hurt you, it doesn't do shit. It just jump scare and gives you a free effect that's supposed to go into your freaking eye sockets or something. We've seen that years ago. We don't need more of that.
Jaws 3D did this shit.
Yeah, give me a break. You gotta remind me of Jaws 3D, goddamn.
But I think the most notable part of this is what we found in the 3D glasses holder.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if I was the one that pointed it out, but there was a whiskey bottle in there.
Yep.
I think it was whiskey. It was one of those,
I think they gave that to you to say, this game sucks, but maybe get a little drunk and it'll be better.
If I brought my earplugs, I probably would have played through the whole game, because just the fact that it was loud doesn't make it scary. It's just you don't want me to be here. I mean, God, I know arcades are loud, but this was just awfully loud.
Just like Paradise Lost, it was gave up after one level. I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, me and SCR pretty much quit.
Yeah, we were
I
done.
probably would have gone through the whole thing had I had earplugs, because the loud part was the worst part. It's not scary. It's just irritating and it hurts. That is not horror. That is not how you do a fucking horror game. I don't know why there are people out there that think this game is scary. Jump scares are not scary. They're startling.
This is why
I'm quoting Spoonie, but
this is why horror games have been dying, because I mean, it's just another example of it's not scary, but it's got a lot of jump scares in it, therefore it's horror, right?
Well, they don't see. I think the thing that games lose sometimes is they lose tone. Like the tone is supposed to be scary, uneasy, eerie, right? Where the more scarier things are things that don't happen. That's why people liked Paranormal Activity, because it's more scary that you know something's going wrong, but you don't know how wrong it is until it's too late, type of deal.
Hell, Silent Hill was scary because you don't even know what
the fuck's going on. Yeah,
it's unsettling. That's how that worked.
Amnesia's been a big one. That a lot of people say it's one of the best survival.
Yeah, where you're basically defenseless in that. Dark Escape 4D. Well, I got machine guns.
It's basically House of the Dead, but it takes itself too seriously. Because House of the Dead doesn't take itself seriously at all.
Yeah, House of the Dead isn't scary, but it's freaking enjoyable. Oh god, Sega quality right there.
That was or Carnival is another good example.
What else?
I don't know about this. Is that Aliens game supposed to be horror too, or is it mostly just suspense of just throwing aliens at you that just sort of exploded? In goo.
Okay, let me put it this way: when Aliens Colonial Marines is scarier than your horror game, you have a problem. And people have actually legitimately said that some parts of that game are scary.
I will have to say that in that one where you don't have any weapons and you have to like sneak around and shit, that was pretty.
That's Amnesia. Like you have to like not encounter the enemy.
Yeah, exactly. But see, that type of stuff is scary because it happens. Like Slender Man's another good example of games that are just sort of like there's this unsettling thing that is around.
I don't really like Slender Man though, so.
I think I know who that 4D game caters to. It caters to the PewDiePie type.
AS.
Scream like a little girl, pretty much.
There's a female protagonist that's Raper. That's my PewDiePie impression. How'd I do?
That scream. What the fuck was that?
You were still coherent.
You didn't talk about rape.
Yes, I did.
I heard him say that. But whatever. Going back to tone, I agree that tone is a thing. Dark Escape 4D didn't have it when you shove an ass in my face instantly. Fuck.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. So...
I give this mad out of 10 because I'm pretty mad at this game.
Mad out of 10.
I give this game a Saw out of 10 because there was so much shit that was just lifting from that movie.
I hated this game so much, I looked up the ending on YouTube and it's still bad. Except there was only one end. Yeah, there's just two endings to the game.
Paradise Lost at a 10.
Yeah, oh my god.
Because Paradise Lost was more fun than this.
I'm to this day I'm still mad about this thing. If you bring it on, I'm just gonna say, fuck you, this game's terrible. So, I think that killed my enjoyment of Playdium, by the way.
Until we did Typhoon.
Typhoon.
Oh,
it's Typhoon.
Typhoon, whatever.
Roller Coaster Typhoon.
Yes, Typhoon. But yeah, all those that was really, really fun.
That's better virtual reality than anything else. Screw 4D, that's better.
I don't want to go back to that.
Basically a ride that you went on.
Yeah. I actually went on Typhoon last year. That was fun. Like, it's just simple thing, and it was kind of, like, relaxing in comparison to, like, other stuff.
The only problem I had was...
With our passes, we couldn't go on that, like, really, really big apparatus one. It was just but, like, that thing looked really fucking sweet.
The only problem I had with Typhoon was there was a lot of head rumbling.
Mm-hmm. Well, it wasn't really rumbling your head, it was just rumbling your whole body.
Yeah.
But I can understand, like, especially if you did the Minecraft level.
The Minecraft?
Yeah. Or go like down to our haunted mine or whatever the fuck
Minecart.
Minecart, yeah, sorry. But it was just sort of like, if you actually were on a minecart, that is how it would feel like. Because
did you even try the pinball one? I know one of you guys did the pinball.
I did pinball last year.
I did the pinball one.
How
Liz
did you
and I
like
did
that? Because I like that one.
We really like that one.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like the pinball.
The racing one, I really liked.
Yeah, the racing one was pretty cool. And the haunted minecart was pretty nice too. Even though there was no real haunting, it was just we went to hell and back.
That was awesome.
That's pretty much it though. Like, I mean, I played DDR there, but one of the pads wasn't working properly on the second player, so it kind of sucked and was way too slow. I've been spoiled by In the Groove. It's one of those things where you like Rock Band over Guitar Hero or vice versa. So nothing compared for it.
Anyways.
Which one were you talking about, Susan?
It was called, I think it was Dance Dance Revolution Reloaded or whatever. The one that was near the front. There was
there was DDR and then there was Pump It Up.
It was near the
Pump It
DJ
Up was
Technica
dumb.
machine, which I was pissed that I couldn't play.
Yeah, I would have played that. I would have looked cool. Yeah. But, oh well.
Yeah, other than that, those were the only ones that I like really sat down and played. I played all through Jurassic Park. I played a little bit of Street Fighter with Zero. I played Time Crisis, not to completion though, because Samurai wanted to move on to something else.
You guys actually left earlier than us.
We left like an hour early
Yeah.
because we were starting to get a little bit bored. Because I fell under the idea, just like SCR mentioned, was all this is racing and co-op shooters. So once I played one and I played another and I played another, I kind of don't want to play anymore.
Yeah, next time we go, we should probably mix it up with whatever.
Yeah.
There's some games I missed. Me and Blondie played that Hydro Thunder game, and I think you and Cassie did also.
Oh, H2?
Yes. Yeah.
By the way,
that's fun.
Which one did you do, the left or right one? Because I was on the right one, and the throttle handle almost broke off.
Yeah, I was on the right one too.
Oh,
yeah, that was happening. That was happening a lot.
I ended up getting first place, amazingly.
Yeah, because I think because it was half broken, it always clocked you as holding it, even though you didn't have to hold it very hard. It clocked you as being full throttle all the time.
Well, no, like the top part didn't matter. It's just the whole thing. Yeah, it clocked me as full speed. The thing I had problems with though was the boost. Sometimes, even though I had boost, it wouldn't work. Like it was.
You had to get it to a certain. You had to get it to a certain level. Each boost was a certain marker. Like when you got boost and it got to the halfway mark, then you could boost. Or if it got full, then you could boost.
You could pretty much boost like whenever you had boost.
Yeah.
It's just like I felt like even with full boost, my button stopped working at points. Like it was just like boost and boost that. Yeah, I still won with that handicap. Then me and SCR
might as well move on from this point because, like, I mean, we've gone over almost every game that we played. So.
Why not? Because there were actually a couple of new ones that we played. But me and SCR played this motorcycle one where we both played the black guy in outer space racing.
Wait,
I forget the name of that one. Okay, I forget the name of this arcade machine, but it was like this motorcycle one me and SCR went on. We both picked the black guy and we raced in outer space. He ended up beating me somehow. Yeah. But if there's one last game I want to mention, I think this is one of the last ones I played. They had Afterburner, like one of the newer Afterburner ones. That was sweet.
Yeah, and it moved with you.
Yeah, it makes me really want Playdium to get F-Zero AX. Like, I demand that. I want to play that, especially after playing Afterburner. I want the gyrating seat.
Alright, well, that was Playdium.
Yeah, that it was still fun. They had a Wii U on sale for like 70,000 tickets. I'm like, how are you supposed to get that much tickets to buy a Wii U?
People save up.
Well,
So
CJ...
After that, we had to film Menu Madness Part 1.
But I want to at least ask CJ, final thoughts on Playdium since this was your first time?
First time, I enjoyed myself. I didn't particularly want to play for the full 4 hours. I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that. It's just I was hoping for for something that has been advertised as this amazing gaming place that would have all types of arcade games. Like, I was sort of hoping that there was some more retro stuff, like Final Fight or, Double Dragon and stuff like that. Like, I was hoping that because that's what it sounded like it was going to be.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of the retro. That's the thing. Like, it's unless you mean like PlayStation 1 era as retro, because.
Well, yeah, you can have PlayStation 1 too, but I mean.
No, but like that's as far back as it feels like it goes.
Yeah.
So.
And I was kind of hoping that it was going to be a little bit more retro.
The upstairs used to have Primal Rage and a couple other older games, but I don't think they have games up there anymore. So. That is one thing, like if you're a retro gamer, it doesn't go very far in terms of retro games. Like they had four-man Pac-Man, but that was about it.
Well, at least with this trip to Playdium, we can confirm some games get swapped out, because there was like ones that were gone, but new ones came in. So.
I hope my final thought was that I enjoyed myself, but I'm sort of like, I spent $25 on this, and I was hoping for a lot more to do, maybe. But see, I don't want to bitch out because I still had fun. So as long as I had fun, then that's all that matters. But at the same time, I was hoping that there could be a little bit more to it.
Yeah, I'm sure they've been told that they need more retro stuff, because you're not the only one who said that, so.
Okay.
But like maybe they're working on it, because because of how like there's auctions now held annually for arcade machines, it's getting a lot harder to get arcade machines for good prices. So
yeah, but like they could even have like something like Dynasty Warriors 6 had a arcade version, and that's something that's fairly recent, and that would have added a good spice and variety to sort of like a hack and slash sort of mentality too. So I was sort of hoping for those types of games too, like Senboku Basara and stuff like that. They have arcade versions.
You know what they need?
Games.
They need a Magic Sword arcade cabinet.
Yes, Magic Sword and Final Fight,
otherwise known as Why the Game or What the Game.
What the game? What's happening?
What's going on?
They need Simpsons.
What's going on in the game?
The Simpsons arcade machine, yeah. See, that's where it differs from, I guess, Yomacon's arcade room, because they have a mix.
But see, a lot of those, I know at least at conventions, and especially big American ones, and even at Anime North, per se, like the In Groove machine at Anime North was actually brought by one of the volunteers, and he maintained it during that time that it was open for pretty much the 3 days that it was 24 hours coming in play. So a lot of those arcade cabinets and stuff like that are brought in by fans and, people part of the con and everything like that. Not actual, belongs to the convention or anything like that.
But as long as you had fun, that was the main thing.
Exactly. Like, will I go back? It depends. If I have the money, I will not spend $25 again if it's going to be relatively the same.
Okay.
Dark Escape 4D sucks. All right, let's go to Sunday.
No,
Sunday?
no, we still got Harvey's.
Right.
Is that really worth mentioning? We ate after Playdium. All right.
Right, and the Menu Madness.
Yep. I guess we'll.
Canadian Menu Madness.
Shut up! You should have hosted it instead. Then if it was Canadian.
I was in one of them.
Yeah. Actually, ended up filming 2 episodes of that up there. I need, of course, I need to edit them. But, yeah, both of the things I got were spicy things. Whatever.
What was the first one? I know that you got the Jack Burger. The second.
Buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken, right?
So look forward to 2 new episodes of Menu Madness coming soon.
Coming whenever the fuck
on RiverCityGamers.wordpress.com.
Time to take pictures of. Take pictures.
Stop chewing, cat.
Stop chewing? What are you, racist?
No, he's talking to his cat stuff.
I know. He told his cat to stop being a Jew like Wario Party.
Alright, so Sunday.
Before we go to Sunday, I completely forgot about this. Didn't we on Friday do Mario Party?
Right, we did just before the
No, we
con.
did it. I thought we did it Thursday.
No, we did it Friday.
We couldn't do it Thursday because we got that noise complaint from my
Yeah,
wife.
and Mario Party, the first Mario Party game is actually up right now, and I'm editing the second one, and it should be up soon too.
Oh, that one.
Let's not spoil what happens. Let's just say everyone got mad in the first.
We'll put a link or something. in
Oh
the
God.
description.
God damn it.
Let's keep that a secret because I think everyone got mad. I got mad and I didn't even freaking play it. I was just watching, going, no.
We'll put a link to the playlist down below. So.
Yeah.
Okay, we're finally at Sunday, aka Deal Day, which wasn't really that big of a deal. Or
I don't know about you, but I got like $25 off of a Gundam.
We picked up more shit there. In fact, we found, like, at least me, SCR, and Zero, we found another game vendor.
oh yeah, right.
Is that one that was like hidden in the middle?
It was hidden somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the one I got something I did not expect to get, and I can confirm what it was, but we'll find out what that is once.
I actually got a pretty hard to find, like, PSP game for, like, a decent price. I'm not gonna say the price I got it for was decent, but compared to, like, eBay and Amazon, oh god, it was way better.
There's a couple things we're gonna have to talk about.
There was one copy of the game that I already bought from the 1UP guys, and it was like the GameCube version. I'm like, no, I bought the PS2 version! But
You
whatever.
could have always taken it back.
Nah, I was fine with the PS2 version. It's alright. Could have bought both copies, but whatever. That was also the day in the dealer's room. I can't recall if it was before we went to the dealer's room, but we checked the artist alley.
Yeah, we checked the artist alley first,
Mm-hmm.
and wow, it was really good.
Yeah.
I actually, like, usually I don't do this, but I actually stopped and talked with a couple of guys because I was genuinely interested. Like, you know the pixel art shit?
Oh yeah.
Like, not only the one that were, like, painted on stuff, which was pricey, but considering, like, what you're painting on and shit, it's understandable.
Are you talking about the Two Girls One Up?
No, there was one thing that they painted pixel thing, but there was one that they made it with the circle thing. I think Two Girls One Up was the circle
Was
creation.
that Catherine Arts?
Yeah, Catherine. I actually have a card from that. I don't even know.
That's catherinearts.etsy.com.
There was I picked up a couple buttons in the artist alley. I got my brother a Boulder badge because his name's Brock, and I got a character I can't defeat in Mega Man 2 as a badge. As in I can defeat him because he's fucking easy. I got
you
Airman.
must suck at Mega Man. You should make the song.
I got Airman.
Airman.
Apparently nobody can defeat him, which I never understood because I'm like, he's fucking easy.
They're not talking about the regular version of Mega Man 2.
What is it? I want to be the Mega Man.
No, there's apparently some harder difficulty or version of Mega Man 2
Yeah,
where
yeah.
Mega Man is
yeah,
like fucking impossible.
The Japanese version is just it, and then in North America there's a normal mode, and then the hard mode's the Japanese mode. And I think he's easy in both of them.
I can understand in difficult that he actually is kind of difficult because his wind pattern has a heck of a lot more like tornadoes and everything in it. So finding that best place to jump through it and not take damage from him is actually pretty hard. But
All
at
right.
the same time,
Mega Man 2 logic. Anyways, let's
I want to go back to the Catherine Arts thing. There was one thing that I laughed. Oh, right, the Xbox Red Ring. I laughed. That was great. Just seeing that.
is that the
Like,
one
oh,
that had the big Hylian shield?
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Oh my god, that was so awesome.
Yeah, I'm just like, damn. Like, I even asked like how long they took to make some of this stuff.
And
Even that coin box that like could work as a piggy bank, but you can't get the money out unless you smash it with your fist.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we were looking at some other art, and I think Blondie pointed out. I can't remember if it was you, SCR, or Blondie, that pointed out the Silent Hill thing with all the characters on it, and then I was
think
told
it may
to
have
stop.
been Blondie.
Then I was told to stop being Canadian.
Yeah, because you bought them for us.
You're welcome.
Like,
Well,
Zero
me and
got
Mike
it- Zero
split
got
money
it
to buy you
for-
that Mega Man.
Yeah, Mike bought me the Mega Man.
yeah, Zero got the Silent Hill posters for Blondie and SCR. I didn't because I didn't want it.
They only had 2 left, but then you got the other one.
Don't spoil what I got. I'll get to that. Is there anything else in the artist alley aside from some of the worst My Little Pony things I've been seeing? Like, they look like they were deformed. Oh god. Like, it was like I was looking at Phineas and Ferb straight on.
Oh fuck, don't go on Shugo's Tumblr. But you guys don't know Shugo, so that's good.
I don't think we got anything else in the artist alley. We were browsing. Oh, there was actually one thing I saw, but I didn't get. There was this Dongpan Rampa, like, I'm not even pronouncing the thing right, but it's this art, and it has 3 of the characters from that game saying, "What the gently caress." It's because I believe one of the members of Something Awful actually translated that game and did an LP on it, and since Something Awful likes censoring swear words in the funniest way possible, like fuck is gently caress. It just says "what the gently caress." I could have bought it based on that, but I turned it down. I just pointed out, like, that's great though. I
don't know. My favorite mistranslation was like, I will defeat you with my steel wall of kindness. So,
no, that wasn't a mistranslation.
Yeah, I know, it's mistranslation, but it's still funny.
My favorite poor translation is from
King Fighter.
My favorite poor translation is from this, I think it's a Pokemon game that was from Taiwan, where for some reason it just says, "The trashy strolling is an eyesore."
So I think the last thing we looked at the artist alley, there was this one poster I noticed. It was K-On! Related. It had like all 4 of the girls. I'm like, that looks nice. And I noticed it was sold out. I'm like, or like they were going for reprints, which.
And then I pointed the other one.
Yeah, and then I saw the other one. Like you son of a bitch. How much? $10. I'm like, okay.
Actually, it was really reasonably priced for that art. Like, when I was looking at them and I seen the price and how good quality it was, I was like, yeah, I would pay top dollar for this, because it was really good this year. Like, last year was good, but I don't know, there's something about this year, like, they got the right amount of every type of character. Every booth had a unique set of people. Like, it never felt like, oh, we're seeing a lot of Naruto characters, or oh, we're seeing a lot of, like, scantily clad girls.
There was a really, really badass Zero one that I thought about getting, but I'm like, I have a lot of Zero stuff.
Again.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
But yeah, CJ, you saw the poster I got. That was $10. Like,
yeah. Well, you saw the one that I got. This is what I want to be, but this is not what I actually am.
One thing that made me really happy that I saw in the Artist Alley was someone had art of a Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear.
Yep. Actually, there was a lot of Guilty Gear stuff popping up.
Yeah, because they announced Guilty Gear XR.
Yeah, that new game.
Which is going to be fantastic.
Fast forward back to the dealer's room, there was more things we noticed. Like, on the way to for SCR asking about one particular thing he got, I pointed out these 2, like, I want to call them posters, I guess, but it was Portal 2 and Assassin's Creed 3. They were one of those, like, 3D looking ones where if you, like, slightly shift it, you can actually see it move. I'm like, damn! It looks fucking sweet. I didn't get one because, again, by that point I was running low on money, and I was going to save the rest for at least eating.
Did you guys see those hologram ones? That I think you probably have seen these before. During Halloween, you see those, like, portraits, right? And then when the portrait, you look to the side, it changes the portrait of just, an English gentleman into a zombie. There was one table in the dealer's room that had that, but an anime version of it, on them being zombified, and it was really, really cool. They were. Really
I didn't see that. I didn't see that one. I only noticed the Portal 2 and Assassin's Creed one. Maybe it was in the general area, but I didn't see that. So, but we were at that particular area for one particular reason, right, SCR?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What are we talking about now?
The jersey you got.
Oh, we're doing that now?
Yeah, because it was in the same area of the place I.
No, let's talk about this during. Oh no, wait, right? That's not a game. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh well.
We talked about other things as well.
I have to set this up in context first, which was the past few Anime Norths. There was a person there who was selling hockey jerseys of various shit, and there was this one that was a Decepticon hockey jersey, and I was like, oh god, I want that, but I don't have the money for it. Because they were like $100, $110, somewhere in that range. So this year comes around again. I'm lower on money than I would be, so obviously I can't afford the hockey jersey. But then we're going to another dealer, and I see a Decepticon basketball jersey. And I'm like, I mean, that looks nice, but it's probably going to be expensive. And then we ask what the price is, it's $40. So guess who saved $70 with help from Zero?
Wiz? I'm kidding.
Oh man, if I bought a freaking Autobot basketball thing, if I had to
I think
cash,
again you yelled at me to stop being Canadian again. Too.
Yeah, I did.
You're like, "Stop doing that."
You should have said when Zero bought me something, it was like, no, dude, it's okay, dude. I'm sorry that you had to pay for this, but dude, it's fine because we're bros. I'm like, yeah, but I hate taking advantage of you. And we had this conversation for like 5 minutes. I feel so bad.
It was gonna get passed off to the House of Commons if we didn't come to an agreement.
Yes, exactly. Because everybody was trying to be nice.
aside from doing final checks around the dealer's room, including this like one area that was like sort of like an in-box area, it was the same place I had to get a big bag for all the shit I bought. Like the Millennium Falcon like ice like tray thing.
There was a ton of like those little ton of memorabilia stuff, which was really, really cool. Like I think there was one where there was like generic anime heads, but you could put them in like it was like an ice cube thing. So when you put water in them and you froze them, you had like little anime heads for your ice, which was kind of interesting. A bunch of like really cool buttons and stuff like that from almost anything that you could think of.
I honestly think Sunday was dealer's room cleanup, like in terms of like, all right, let's start our supermarket sweep. Let's see what else we could get before we stop.
But it was actually quite bare. It sort of felt like the dealer's room wasn't like we weren't really restocking like the artist alley was. The artist alley was restocking almost constantly to make more prints or this or that.
The only place I thought did restock was the one-up guys, because there were some things that were there that weren't there before, and we'll get to that because there was one game I got that they didn't have before that they had on Sunday and made me really happy. I have two last things to mention to the dealer's room. We ran into Wes again, except he was in a Sora cosplay from Kingdom Hearts, and he looked kind of depressed that time. I was just like, oh man, what is Kingdom Hearts doing to people? It's making people sad.
No, it's taking out their hearts, making them heartless. Without your heart, you don't have your dreams.
What
like
have you done
money,
to
you
Time
can't get
Force? But you want to know what my absolute favorite part of the entire dealer's room was?
Oh?
The Gordon Ramsay mask.
Yep. It wasn't for sale, but it was there.
Yeah, it was just hung up, this Gordon Ramsay mask at this one vendor. And we saw that on Saturday. On Sunday, it was still up there, but it was like swung around and flipped. Like, oh, Gordon, what are you doing?
Gordon Ramsay mask knew that we had to make the con burrito right after that. So.
Oh my god, he would have. I wish we did. That was on sale because I would have bought that and just wore it, going, "You donkey, what are you making?"
If for some reason Gordon Ramsay ever decides to go to a con, like, say Fan Expo, he has to be a made con burrito.
Oh god, good luck. Gordon Ramsay has better things to do. But I think that was it.
No, he doesn't. All he does is yell at people.
Mr. Ramsay, we have brought you SCXCR specialty, the con burrito.
You know what Gordon Ramsay does? Call out one of the worst fucking restaurants that can't even take criticism.
And then
To the point where Gordon Ramsay quit helping them.
And then Gordon would tell me that it's absolute shit, and I'd be like, yeah, I know. That's
Yeah,
the
I know.
idea.
You trying to fucking poison me? Is that what you're trying to? Yes.
I think he'd probably laugh.
Yes, I actually am.
He'd be like, oh god, what is this? If you're basing his personality off of the Hell's Kitchen, you're not knowing Gordon Ramsay, basically.
No.
But whatever.
He's actually supposedly a really nice person.
Oh, he is. Like,
He's just being hypercritical of people with Hell's Kitchen because he wants to replace them.
That makes the
and
show-
television too.
That and because they tend to break a bunch of like health codes. And
Yeah, it's like you're actually serving food to people. You need to be serious about it. You need to like be top of your game. But that's enough of that. Is there anything else you want to mention about the dealer's room? Because that's all I can recall without mentioning our pickups yet.
There wasn't an abundance of figures this year. I don't know if you guys are really interested in figures like I am. Like, I like to collect Gundam models and figures. But this year, like, there wasn't a lot of, like, little trinket figures or small figures or even, like, you know, the 6-inch ones or anything like that. It was very, like, there was a couple of booths towards the back corner, but they weren't, like, even a focus this year. And I was sort of like, oh, that's kind of too bad, because a lot of people like to have their, like, you want to maybe like a small little figure of Mio, or I like to just like pick up Diarca or something. But then
You think I want Mio figures?
oh yeah, I do. I really do. But regardless,
I think I have enough.
but yeah, like I feel that there is, I don't know if there wasn't really an emphasis on anything this year, because sometimes there's more of something else than there's always something else sort of deal, right? So like when we went to Fan Expo that time, it was like, well, Stan Lee was there, so it was mostly comics, almost no games and no anime.
No games, great. It's the Xbox One con.
You know, and it's just sort of like, okay. But yeah, I kind of would have liked to see more figures. I would have kind of liked to see more, like, the plushies were like plentiful this year.
Oh,
like there's tons of plushies, and I got something really cool, but we'll go after that when we talk about our swag.
Speaking of plushies, I swear, I want them to make Higurashi plushies. I mean, come on.
They exist, but
yeah, but what, 2 total?
Well, see, the thing is about certain animes. This is something that one of the figure guys was talking about. With plushies and figures, if the show has a lot of the characters changing their outfits all the time, like they don't have like a standard outfit that they wear almost throughout the entire series, figure makers and plushie makers don't normally make them, because it only will fit a niche audience. Like, you may like someone in this uniform, but somebody may not, so that could narrow the market. Like, fairy tale figures don't exist, because the fairy tale cast in the anime, they change their clothes almost every 5 episodes.
Well, here's the interesting thing. K-On! Actually has plushies, and they have multiple outfits. Mm-hmm. But and Higurashi doesn't really have many outfit changes either, so that it seems like it's it's able to work. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, fairy tales, like every 5 seconds they're in different fucking clothes.
Yeah, but it's just sort of like, that's one reason why you're not going to see a lot of something. Like, yeah, it can also be due to fandom if it's not really popular, but something like Higurashi is actually pretty...
Yeah, it's getting a new season this year, and I'm fucking pumped for that.
Yeah. And like, I was amazed that I didn't see a lot of Rurouni Kenshin stuff, because the movie just came out and it was fantastic.
Oh, the live action one with Kamen Rider Den-O as the main character?
No, I'm talking about the actual animated movie.
Oh, okay.
That one came out. It pretty much was the entire, I think it was Denkin arc or something like that. Someone can probably correct me, but it was one arc in the manga that was never in the TV show. And it was like pure new animation, and it looked so fantastic.
I heard the live
bloody
action
as hell.
one too.
It's like watching Gantz, but at the same time, like, fucking sweet.
I heard the live action one was really good too, so who knows?
Yeah. Probably
so
both.
that's it for Dealer's Room?
Yep.
Okay, you guys went back to the hotel. Well, me, SCR, Blondie, and Wiz went to the Sheraton because we had business to do. We briefly checked out the game rooms. Like, we didn't get to play stuff, but we looked in there because we didn't get a chance to look. Me and SCR played at least one Rock Band song. Can I rant again?
Go ahead.
Oh my god. We went to Rock Band and we only got to play one song because they were closing, which was disappointing. So tell me, why were they using a Guitar Hero drum set? I fucking hate those so much. It actually impacted my playing.
Because it's better than throwing it in a landfill with all the other Guitar Hero drum sets.
And everything else.
I actually like the Guitar Hero drum set because it has cymbals.
Well, so does Rock Band 3.
So does Rock Band now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you saw my drum set at my house.
Yeah.
Except the red pad was falling off, but whatever. But, like, and because it was only 4-pad play, having a pad as a cymbal is... It fucks with you. The only thing to say that they did to that drum set was replace the shitty bass pedal and had well, I assume were real drum pedals. Like they actually like had a weight and kick to it, which was surprising. I'm like, wow, you get this, but you give me a shitty drum set. That's like putting chocolate on a fucking turd. But we only got to play one song, which I guess was still fun. But I wish we could have gotten to play more. But
It's too bad Rock Band has closed the DLC because I want the Dragon Sound songs on Rock Band now.
Rock Band Network may be the closest thing because that's still going, and Dragon Sound seems like a thing that would work for that. But
it seems like something they would do.
But they need the master recordings, which I think they do have. Don't quote me on that though. But the real reason we went back to the Sheridan was to find out the results of the duck hunt shoot. So how did that go? Okay, SCR, you're actually good for telling the story because it kind of impacts you the most. So how did the duck hunt results go down?
Well, they actually announced it over by the Kinect setup, so I was actually standing by the duck hunt thing, and then I heard someone going, and now the duck hunt scored, and I'm like, oh, they're over there, okay. So, they announced the single duck scores first, and some guy named Andrew won it.
Yeah.
But
Not you.
he didn't show up. So, they went ahead and defaulted it to the second place score, which was me. So, I wound up winning the t-shirt and about $30 to spend at the nearby candy store. And then...
Default.
Yeah, people actually chanted, default. And then, they did the two duck scores, which the guy who won, I actually felt pretty good for him because he'd apparently been trying to win it for like 2 or 3 years, so good for him. And then they announced a bunch of other scores. Again, Andrew was on the list, but he didn't show up. And then they found like a second place guy, and then Wiz won something too. He won $10 worth of candy, I believe.
I think that was more of a consolation prize, but whatever.
Yeah. But for the next 15-20 minutes or so, I was literally a kid in a candy store. And I got all kinds of shit. Like, I got these Mario candies, which I actually kept the container because it has a Mario doll on it with moving.
Yeah, I actually have one of those. I have Mario with the fire flower power up.
Yeah, and I got like jelly beans, and I got like pretzel sticks dipped in chocolate, some of which had sprinkles on it, and just all kinds of stuff. And then I brought it back to the hotel room, and I'm like, okay, I cannot eat all this shit on my own. Somebody please take some of it.
I took some like the chocolate pirate coins. Those were good. I want to go back to like the two duck thing. The guy that did win, I remember him saying finally when he got it, because apparently he's been trying to do it multiple times. Well, ended up always losing. But then he finally won it, which must have felt good. So I guess after the duck hunt thing, we went back. There wasn't anything else aside from me trading a personal guild card with some Monster Hunter guy, because he actually talked to me about it. But we couldn't have time to do a Goldbeard hunt, unfortunately. Didn't really get to play much of Monster Hunter at the con. Got a shit ton of street passes though.
And then we had to do filming, which we're not going to talk about right now.
Yeah, that took a while, but I guess it was fun. I hope.
Yeah, but in between the filming, we finished watching Miami Connection.
And we also ate.
Oh my god, best movie ever.
We even got to see the deleted scene!
And the alternate ending.
I'll be honest, I cried at the alternate ending. Oh god. We're gonna watch that again at Kineticon.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh man, I can watch it right now because FCR gave me the digital copy. Nice. I think that's it for the con. I think we closed it with Miami Connection. And that was it. We went on for 3 hours about the con, but I guess that's okay.
Alright, now let's discuss
what we got.
Oh god, that's gonna take another 2 hours.
Okay, so let's talk about let's make it gaming related, because
Yes.
Oh well, then I might as well just leave then.
Oh, so you're breaking Nightman's record of I don't have any recent pickups. Who's gonna go first?
Rock paper scissors. Oh wait,
I'll go first.
All right.
Okay, since I'm going first, I actually don't have too many games, so this will not take long. For the first time in like years, I got a Game Boy Advance game. I got River City Ransom.
And I was like, if he doesn't buy that, I'm buying it. And I'm like, god damn it, he bought it.
And because Zero's Canadian, I end up getting rival schools.
That's a good way to put it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And then next game I got, something I actually remembered playing and liking, but then again, that was like 16 years ago. Magic Carpet on the PlayStation.
God.
The vendor actually mentioned the cover art, and I'm just like, oh god, what the fuck is this?
But probably the strangest purchase I had was this last one, because Unreal and I were wandering around this other game vendor behind 1UP or Super 1UP or whatever they're called now. And there was like almost half a dozen copies of new, still sealed Vampire Rain on the 360. And I'm just like, how much is he selling those for? And I asked him and he's like, $2. So I went, well, and now I own it.
Fuck it.
Unopened, brand new.
Should have bought 2 copies, one for
Vampire
Steam
Rain.
collecting and one for Y.
One that you can actually destroy if you feel so inclined.
All right, is that it?
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right.
Who's next?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Here, I'll do it. So yeah, I
You
picked
gotta
up.
do it with. Don't
I
look
picked
at
up
your
Remember Me. That's one thing I picked up fairly recently. It came out on June 4th or whatever, and it's a solid game, but it's not perfect. It could definitely use some patching here and there. I also picked up. Someone traded in at the store Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door, so I'm finally going to play it. It's one of those RPGs.
Fuck you.
The GameCube, like even in our store, a lot of people don't trade in GameCube games, and I had a GameCube, but I only had a couple of games for it. Like most notably, I think really I only had Twilight Princess and Resident Evil 4. I'm fairly sure.
Let's LP it for the 50th time.
Yeah, I know, right? But and there was another one that I picked up. Oh, Rune Factory: Tides of Destiny. I was playing it on stream the other day, and I upgraded my walking skill.
You can
my
now
sleeping
walk 2
skill.
steps.
Yeah, you can run a little faster.
Right foot, 2 steps.
And there's also a greeting skill. So every time that I talk to an NPC, I raise my greeting level. So apparently I'm a giant dickwad when I first start off, when I say hello to people, but then everybody seems to love me more.
Hey, he's
That
being
sounds like
annoying.
you.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go.
Okay.
Actually,
Is that it?
Oh, and I got Robotech Battle Cry for the
Oh,
GameCube as well, which I was really, really excited for. So I can't wait to play that again. That was a game that I had back when I was young, and I finally get to play it again. But I'm done. That's pretty much all I picked up recently.
Okay, I need to mention something else I got shortly after the con that I forgot about. I also picked up Humble Indie Bundle 8.
So I did as well.
Yeah, so that's
I have not done that.
so that's Thomas Was Alone, Capsize, Little Inferno, Proteus, Awesome Knots, Dear Esther, and Hotline Miami.
Damn. That's a good haul.
What a good haul.
All right, who's
Oh,
next?
boy. All right, Zero. How do you want to determine this?
Fight to the death!
Okay.
go
I lose
first,
because
then.
I got crushed. Zero, you go.
Okay. Well, I picked this up recently. I got that Humble Bundle, and then I got the new one that came with all the adventure games. Thing was, about it is I'm still trying to get in contact with them because they said you had to spend over $4 to get The Walking Dead, and I spent over $4 and I didn't get The Walking Dead. So I'm trying to email them right now and be like, I didn't get this game, and my receipt says I paid more than enough. So I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Anyways. What I got at the con, so there's a couple things first. This is gaming related, but it's not actually a game, but I want to mention it. I got a Rockman X2 Giga Armor figure, but I'm gonna have to build it. It's like one of those builder kits. So I got that. That's gonna be a project. Let's see. I got First Samurai from 1UP for the Super Nintendo, which is really, it's an okay action platformer. And then I got at another dealer, I picked up a Retron 3 for me and my brother. That was from the dealer that wasn't very good. And the Retron 3 I picked up has literally worked once and it failed. So they have a 45-day warranty on anything. So next weekend I'm going to go to their store that's close to me and get a replacement. And then I'll probably never have to deal with that store ever again. So, and then there was one at the figure dealer. Here's something that I was not expecting to get. The figure dealer that I picked the Rockman X figure at, they had a Final Fantasy II edition of the WonderSwan Color. So they had the WonderSwan Color with Final Fantasy II for $35. And I've checked to see how much this is compared on eBay. The price for this set ranges from $85 to like $200. So I got a steal on that.
And it's brand new?
It's brand new.
Wow.
So I now have a WonderSwan Color, and I've wanted one for a while, but I just wasn't willing to pay the eBay prices. For just getting a WonderSwan Color, they're about $35 to start. So the fact that I got the special edition one, I was like, holy crap. So another thing that I can't believe they had this, I picked up my first N-Gage game, and it's a demo copy, a display copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. So, for Tony Hawk swag, that's pretty good. And I did confirm that the game inside, which N-Gage games look like SD cards, it is the display version. So who knows what's actually on it, but we'll see. From that same vendor, I can't remember who pointed this out, but I got Flying Dragon for the N64, which is, to anybody who saw my last game review for Ultimate Fighter, it's from that same franchise, so...
Did I point
I got
that
another
out to you?
Hiryu no Ken game. Sorry, what?
Did I point that out to you?
I can't remember if it was you
Because
or
I remember
Blondie.
taking a game and going like, Zero, what is this?
I'm like, oh! I was like, oh, that's from Hiryu no Ken. So yeah, I still need to play that. I want to play that, actually. I think it's one of the fighting game ones, so we'll see. And then I also picked up, I got a replacement copy of Bloody Roar 3, which apparently is now not a replacement copy, because my brother told me our copy of Bloody Roar 3 didn't work, ... in the PS3. So now I'm like, does our copy of Bloody Roar 3 work or not work? I'm going to have to confirm that. But
I'll take it if you don't want it.
What?
I'll take it if you don't want it.
Blondie got dibs, so.
Damn it. I'll beat up with the other blonde guy.
I also got, I'm just trying to recall. I found another Pirates game.
Yes.
Oh my god, I cannot escape this series.
And you haven't even reviewed it yet.
I haven't even reviewed the one you gave me, and I cannot escape the series yet. But the one I got, the new one I got was from EA, of all freaking companies to get one from. Well, maybe it'll be good.
Yarn, believe it.
Probably won't be. And then I also got House of the Dead 2 and 3 for Wii, and a game I picked up for Power Pals. Now, I'm trying to remember what it's called. Oh, Aqua Teen Hunger Force for the PS2.
Oh god, you got that from the 1UP vendor.
Which
They
apparently
mentioned
is a golf beat 'em up.
Armake reviewed that, by the way, so
Yeah,
he said it wasn't good.
I heard that, Curtis. Well, it's going to be a Power Pals game, so we have to determine if it's good enough to play for Power Pals. So
Did you just make a Spoonie reference? I don't mean to derail there for a second.
yeah, I know, I did.
Okay, just making sure.
And there's one more gaming-related thing I got, and I got the Mega Man comic book volumes. I think it's 5 to 8 in that big volume type. Whatever, I got that. So yeah, that was the gaming-related stuff I got. Unreal.
I want to go back to that Aqua Teen thing. I remember the vendors like mentioning, like explaining how the game worked, and like when you bought it, one of them mentioned like one guy wasn't here. It's like, oh, I wish he was here just to see that someone bought that game.
And the one guy went over to me. He's like, I've been trying for years to sell that. Could you like give it back to me and buy it for me again? I'm like, really?
What?
I'm like, you know what? No.
Oh,
Oh man. He's like,
that's why I like those guys.
those guys are awesome.
I would like to work with them because I think I fit right in. But okay, let me just grab my. Okay, I got everything. Let's start from the top of my desk. Oh boy, I already listed 2 games, and those were the gifts. That was the Naked Brothers Bandicoot in the house. Fuck the both of you, by the way. Fuck you, more Zero for Naked Brothers, man, because that's the worst game. No.
You're welcome, my friend. You are always welcome.
Okay, fine. I'm at least gonna try and remember price tags for a lot of these, because I still have them on there, except maybe one game. But in no particular order, I got Retro Game Challenge for the DS, brand new, and that was $25. I got a couple of 360 games. I got Dead Rising. I think that was $15. Army of Two for $10, and Time Shift for $5. Time Shift actually came with a DVD thing that I didn't even know was a thing, which was surprising. But $5, that was pretty nice. I actually bought one game off of Samurai, which I almost forgot to mention. For $20, I got Tales of the Abyss off of them. I also picked up Jack 3. That was $5. I got Nightfire for $5 as well. And Castlevania Lament of Innocence for $10. And those are all PS2 games, by the way. And at the same vendor that SDR got Vampire Rain at, I got Oddworld Stranger's Wrath for the Xbox, and that was $8. That was great. I'm glad I found that. I also got Pariah for $5, and back at the 1UP Games vendor, I got Phantom Dust for $20, which I remember hearing about, and that's why I got it. And I think this game was $25 or $20. It was Sunset Riders for the Super Nintendo. That was good. And Zero, I'll at least say thank you for this one. On Saturday, I asked to see if they have Metroid 2 for the Game Boy, and they didn't. Then on Sunday, Zero, you find it at the same 1UP vendor, and I'm just like, how much? $25, and I bought it.
Yeah, I think they were looking through their new arrivals or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, Unreal.
Yay! And then there's one more game. I don't think I'm missing any others. That is probably the most expensive game I got, but compared to eBay, I would have taken it. It's for the PSP. It's Phantasy Star Portable 2. That was $45. What? You bought a PSP game for $45? Okay then, smart guy. Tell me, is 60 plus better? Yeah, I thought so. Get out of here. There's no way I was going to get that game for a better price. It was kind of the same deal with Conker's Bad Fur Day at this other con I went to. There was no way I was going to get a better price than that, so I just took it. I probably wouldn't even see it again. That's it for games. I basically listed everything else, except one thing. It's gaming related, though, and it was $35, and I know Blondie got it as well. The Zelda Hyrule Historia book. That was actually really nice book to look through. I'm glad I bought it. In fact, I think me buying it kind of influenced Blondie to get his own. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go buy it. So yeah, I bought a lot of shit. Yeah. That's why I had to get a big bag to bring all the stuff home. Oh,
Grocery bag.
yeah, big giant grocery bag. That's it for me. I think
that's pretty much it then.
Should we bother with upcoming projects, or should we just
Video
skip?
updates? I think we should still do them.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
We'll do we'll do like all the normal segments next week, but we should have at least video updates.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I guess, who's gonna start, Scott?
CJ, rookie, go first.
What do you got for us,
What?
new guy? Video updates. What are you gonna do for the
Video
site?
updates. I've written and I've done my voiceover and most of my video game capture for my first episode of Plot Twist. I still haven't recorded my my live action stuff yet. I'm thinking of getting a haircut pretty soon, so I know it's a dumb reason not to shoot it, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I'm going to be cutting my hair pretty soon, and I want to look at least a little bit dapper for a little bit more of my review nature. And I'm actually currently filming, because I don't have to be on camera for it, is building one of my Gundam model kits. I believe I'm going to call it the Hanger, just sort of as a funny little joke for sort of like airplane models and kits and stuff like that. So I got those two things. Those two things are coming down the pipeline. I'm hoping that once I get my Bleach parody out onto my abridging channel, I'm going to focus on my review, and that will be up probably by the end of the month. That's me being like, yeah, I'm going to do it. That's pretty much everything.
You're so much
Okay,
more
so-
professional than me. When I did the Cold Fear review, I like hadn't even shaved for like 4 days, and my hair was out of control.
But see, your review, you sort of that's sort of your motif, is you're just some guy that's just like, seriously, what's going on?
I'm just
here?
some guy on the street who walks up to you and says, "You want to see a dead body?"
Yeah.
Well, since I'm talking about
Trust
myself,
me,
I
it's
might as well go
phasing through the
next.
ground. It's perfect.
All right, SCR next.
All right. Well, I am doing a lot of recording for my next edition of SC On. I've actually gotten a couple pages of the script written, and I have like another half a page of notes of stuff I want to talk about. So that's actually progressing rather well, and I should be able to have it out by CanadianJutsu. Hopefully.
All right.
Assuming that I
Hopefully.
don't move before then, because that could throw a wrench in the works. And that's pretty much it for me, except I will say I have the last raw footage of Escape from Bug Island recorded. I just got to get together with the person I want to do voiceovers for with it, and then that'll be done. By the way,
Forever.
Zero, have you tried Escape from Bug Island yet?
I have not yet, but I will be soon. I gotta record a couple more parts of Monster Hunter first, and then I'm gonna get on it.
Yeah.
I might actually, if it gets in the way, I might put the rest of Monster Hunter on hold for now, because I'm only gonna have the game for a month and a half. So I might just start Escape from Bug Island soon.
Yeah, that's something I forgot to mention is I lent Zero my copy of Escape from Bug Island.
I don't want anything to do with it anymore.
But since we're going in alphabetical order, Unreal might as well go next.
Oh shit, we are.
But yeah, okay, let's keep going with that trend. As teased during our Anime North discussion, I did film 2 Menu Madness episodes when we were at Harvey's. So let's expect those, but expect them maybe after I get my con video up for Anime North. I mean, I have to like refilm something, believe it or not, because I made a mistake in it, and it was a dumb mistake. But I'm gonna have to refilm it and probably make it shorter because I noticed it went on for too long. So I'm gonna have to fix that and then get all the footage on my computer and do that. So aside from those 3 videos, that's pretty much what'll at least be coming up recently, hopefully. But at Anime North, thankfully, I was able to get part of the filming done for the little thing we're working on. We'll just say right now, everything we recorded up there has CJ involved.
Because I'm not going to CanadianJutsu. I can't afford to.
Yeah, so that's why we had to
One
go.
year I will go, guys. 1 year I will go.
1 year.
You should just like meet me at my place and then get picked up at from there.
How many can you fit in SCR's car then?
Well, Paige is bringing her car this year, right? So
Yeah, but like if she does it again next year, like what's gonna happen?
Mhm.
So, if anything, that project is starting with production, but it's not going to continue until past CanadianJutsu.
mhm.
The rest will be done, but it's definitely started.
Just so you're thinking about like an end-year release for this, or are you thinking about?
I don't know. Maybe 2 years from now we'll be out. We'll see. It's just we gotta get everything first.
Yeah. Well, what about reviews? Like, you have any reviews planned?
Well, since I have
But Never Dead.
shut up. Just because he found Never Dead at the goddamn vendors didn't mean I was gonna freaking buy it. Well, I'll just say my Spec Ops rental came in, but I've decided to go on with, at least for Ain't Got Games, I'm gonna go do Aliens first. So, at least when I'm done with Aliens, I can immediately get started on the game, because it'll be right here for Spec Ops. But, probably won't see that for a while, or the other review I planned, but...
That's something we didn't do at the convention this year. We didn't start jumping around like in Operation Raccoon City.
Shut up! You had those patches, and that doesn't make me happy. Or someone had those friggin' patches.
Oh.
Well, that's it for me. So at least I got 2 Canadian menu manga stuff.
Sweet. Alright, so I guess it's me then? Okay. I'll try to make this short. First of all, the first Mario Party 3 game is up on my Let's Play channel, and again, we'll have the playlist link down below, so you guys can check it out. The second game I'm editing this week, and I'll be uploading an episode periodically each day, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so that'll be up soon as well. The Anime North videos, I'm still waiting on the panel recordings from Ace. Once I get those, I'll start putting that together as well. As for reviews, I have started editing the Under Oath Retrospective Part 2. And I'm just getting to the second page of my script. It's a 3-page script, so in terms of editing, so that should be coming soon, as well as I have another Henshin time planned soon, not next week. Hopefully I'll have the Under Oath thing done first, and then I'll release it a week later, but I have more of my Henshin times in the queue coming out. And as for game reviews, I have my next game review all filmed, all the footage is recorded, and we actually filmed a skit at Anime North, but I'm not going to divulge into that right now. So I'll get to editing that soon, and of course, the next crossover review I did with Wiz, I'll be getting to work on that soon. I'm actually going to have to start asking him to give me his audio and such, because we're going to get on that soon too. So a lot of stuff for me is coming soon. Hopefully I'll have the retrospective part done this week, but no promises. So that's it.
Well, that finally brings us to the end of the podcast.
Yeah, it's been long. But that's Anime North for you. Final thoughts on the con before we close out?
We need
This
to do
was
a
fun.
final again.
This was a fun con. It was good. It was good to sort of get away from my life here and go and see everybody again. I mean, the reason I go is not really the convention. It's to spend time with everybody and sort of enjoy everything that we share in common.
Yes.
So
The con is basically a bonus if you want to buy shit, you know.
yeah, exactly.
Hey, I
Like,
see you
it
guys
allows
did-
us to go and buy things that are really interesting for us.
Or that we really can't find locally, or if online
So-
is possible.
So, like, there's no, like, how I see it is just that it's just an amazing experience to go and spend time with friends and laugh and do all types of stuff. And this year, it was great.
Friends for eternity.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about finishing Miami Connection.
Yes, we did, actually.
Oh, okay.
You got a friend in me.
When times get tough, you'll see.
Okay, but
Sorry.
well, I guess that describes it. Miami Connection was the con. In other words, it was fun, really fun.
Fun and cheesy.
Oh man, cheesy like those burgers I had, I guess, or the poutine I had.
That's a cheesy poutine.
Yeah,
Did you
whatever.
review the poutine on Menu Madness?
Nope, because it was a side. Kiss my ass. Oh,
Mm.
whatever.
You're making me
I just
hungry
bought it
now.
'cause I
I'm
wanted
ending this
to-
podcast so I can go have dinner.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
Yeah, I have a
I'm gonna
feeling
get-
that I'm gonna be
I'm actually ordering Degeneration, so I gotta make this quick.
Alright, well, I'm SCXCR.
I'm unreal.
I'm Zero Master.
I'm CanadianJutsu.
And we're all hungry. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get out of
Though
here.
you've listened for 4 hours, you're still hungry.
Me so hungry.
I'm cutting at
Okay,
least
if you
an
actually
hour of
managed
this.
if you actually managed to listen to all of this, you guys need a fucking life.
Because clearly we don't have it because we were.
Ah, thank God.
Ow!